Chapter 1325. Daddy. Dowdy hugged Xiao Yuner and called out softly. He was a little scared by Murong Shuang, so he hugged Mu Lianfeng's thigh. Mu Lianfeng patted Dowdy's head and said to Dowdy, "What's wrong, Dowdy?" "Daddy, that person was so fierce. He wanted to hit Dowdy and Mother. Luckily, Daddy is back." Mu Lianfeng's heart ached for Dowdy, and he said softly to Dowdy, "Don't worry, Daddy is here. No one can bully your mother and Dowdy." Dowdy nodded heavily. Yes, yes. Yuner. Mu Lianfeng glanced at Xiao Yuner, then walked to Xiao Yuner and called out to her softly. He looked at Xiao Yuner with pity in his eyes. "I'm sorry for what happened today." Xiao Yuner twitched the corner of her mouth and replied, "It's nothing." Xiao Yuner felt that although what happened today was a little bad, Mu Lianfeng didn't feel too guilty. "Mu Lianfeng, I'm fine. As long as our hearts are together, nothing can stop us." "Yes, yes." Mu Lianfeng was touched. Seeing that Xiao Yuner was about to clean up the clothes on the floor, Mu Lianfeng hurriedly bent down and said to Xiao Yuner, "Yuner, let me do it. You and Dowdy go and rest." It's okay, I'll do it." What did it look like for a man to wash clothes? It would be fine if he did it at home, but there wasn't much water left in the water tank at home, so he had to go to the river to do it. If the villagers saw Mu Lianfeng carrying a wooden basin to wash clothes, who knew what kind of gossip there would be? "Yuner, it's fine. Let me do it. I can do it." Xiao Yuner saw that Mu Lianfeng had misunderstood. She didn't think that Mu Lianfeng couldn't do it, but she was afraid of others. If she could avoid those gossips, she would try her best to avoid them. After all, those hot topics were really unpleasant. "Mu Lianfeng, you're tired too. Let me do it. You rest. Go and talk to Dowdy." Dowdy pulled Mu Lianfeng's hand and said, "Daddy, you haven't taught Dowdy how to read for a few days. Can you teach Dowdy?" Mu Lianfeng had been busy these days. When he saw Dowdy's expectant eyes, Mu Lianfeng replied, "Okay, Daddy will teach you." "Okay." Dowdy's little face showed a satisfied expression. Looking at the sweet and loving father and son together, Xiao Yuner hoped that the days in her heart could continue like this in the future. Xiao Yuner saw Mu Lianfeng and Dowdy enter the house, so she packed up her clothes and walked to the river. When she came to the river, there were only a few women washing things. Xiao Yuner found an empty slate and went to wash it. At this time, she saw a woman walking towards the river. She was wearing a beautiful set of clothes. It was beautiful, but the color was slightly brighter. It looked better than the coarse clothes that the villagers wore. This set of clothes only cost a few hundred copper coins. It wasn't much for Xiao Yuner's current financial situation, but it was still relatively precious to the villagers. Xiao Yuner narrowed her eyes and looked at the person who came. It was actually Qian Chuanxiu. It was the first time she saw Qian Chuanxiu dressed so seductively. Chapter 1326. Yes, it's so beautiful. I don't think many people in our village can afford it. Qian Xiaoxue, where did you buy it? Qian Xiaoxue, you're so beautiful. You look even more beautiful in this new dress. You look like a big girl. There are few people in the village who wear better clothes than you. The women spoke one after another. Although their words were pleasant to hear, many of their eyes were filled with jealousy. Qian Chuanxiu lowered her head to look at the dress she was wearing. She was also very satisfied. For decades, she had been wearing clothes made of coarse cloth. Before she got married, her family was poor, so she naturally didn't have the opportunity to wear good clothes. After she got married, she finally lived a slightly better life. Unfortunately, her husband was disappointing and died within a few years. It wasn't easy for her to take care of two children. After so many years, she didn't have the money to buy clothes for herself at all. It wasn't until today that she finally had a beautiful new dress. Speaking of this dress, of course, she didn't buy it herself. She didn't have the money at all. The money she spent on this dress was given by Zhao Wenshui. In order to make her happy, Zhao Wenshui gave her a lot of money to buy clothes for her. She didn't go to Yang City herself, so she gave the money to Ma Xiaofeng. Her daughter had good taste, so she asked her to wear a casual dress with her. Unexpectedly, she was very satisfied with the dress Ma Xiaofeng brought back. After she tried it on, she was reluctant to take it off. Now that she was wearing it outside, she wanted to let the other people in the village see how beautiful she looked when she dressed up properly. After all, most of the women in the village were just ordinary, and she was very beautiful. Qian Chuanxiu felt proud to avoid the envious looks of the villagers. "Do I look good?" Qian Chuanxiu asked with a smile. "Of course." "Exactly, Qian Xiaoxue, did someone give you this dress?" Qian Chuanxiu smiled. "Who gave it to me?" "Of course I bought it myself." "Qian Xiaoxue, did your family make money recently?" A woman in the village asked curiously. "That's right, Mrs. Qian. These clothes don't look cheap." Facing the questioning of the villagers, Qian Chuanxiu felt a little guilty. She twitched her mouth and said embarrassedly, Clothes are only a few hundred copper coins. As a woman, sometimes we have to treat ourselves better. If we have some money, we can buy one. It's not a big deal. Sister-in-law Qian is really thorough." "Haha, that's right. Sister-in-law Qian is open-minded. Most of us can't bear to do that. For people like us, eating is already a problem. Why would we care about what we wear? Even if we wear good clothes, so what? We work every day and wear nice clothes. They will get dirty." Qian Chuanxiu could tell that there was something wrong with these women's words. She didn't want to talk too much with these people. The more she spoke, the more mistakes she would make. Who knew what they would continue to say? Qian Chuanxiu carried a basin of vegetables and washed them quickly. Before she left, she took a bucket of water. After Qian Chuanxiu left, there was a burst of discussion behind him. "This Qian Chuanxiu, she's already so old, but she's still dressed so gorgeously. Does she really think that she's still a young lady?" Chapter 13:27. I think this Qian Chuanxiu is just trying to dress up and seduce the men in the village. That's right. Otherwise, why would she dress up like that at such an old age? She's so seductive. I wonder who she's trying to seduce. We're all decent women. We won't dress like that. Zhao Yun heard several women's chatter by the river, and felt it was very interesting. Sure enough, women liked men who behaved one way in front of others and another way behind others' backs. Moreover, it was easy for them to be jealous. If a woman stood out too much, it would cause all kinds of rumors. However, this was Qian Chuanxiu's business. How others criticized Qian Chuanxiu was their business. Anyway, it had nothing to do with her. Zhao Yun had just finished washing her clothes, and was about to leave when she heard those women's gossip again. "TSK, TSK, TSK. You don't know the reason why Qian Chuanxiu dresses up like that, right?" a woman said mysteriously. Hearing that, several other women stretched their ears to listen carefully. They wanted to know what was going on. "What's the reason? Hurry up and tell us." "That's right. Hurry up and say it. She's dressed so seductively. What is she doing? What else can she do? She's seducing men, of course. I don't have any evidence, so I don't dare to say it, but I saw with my own eyes that the second son of old Zhao, Zhao Wenshui, sneaked into Qian Chuanxiu's house again." Is this true? Did you really see it?" "I have good eyesight." How can I see it wrong? Why did he sneak into someone's house? There must be something going on. Most people know how to avoid it. These two people are most likely together. No wonder Qian Chuanqiu dresses like that. It turns out that she's seducing Zhao Wenxue. Poor Zhao Wenxue's wife. I guess she still doesn't know that her man has another woman. That woman, Qian Chuanqiu, has a seductive face. She looks like a vixen and does all kinds of improper things. Sigh, if you want to blame someone, blame it on us women for not knowing how to dress ourselves up. We don't look like foxes at all. It would be strange if men don't like us. Should we remind Zhao Wenxue's wife about this? Poor people can't be kept in the dark forever. Forget it, let's not cause too much trouble. Other people's business is other people's business. If it isn't, they won't say that we're spreading rumors. That's true. When Zhao Yuner heard these women gossiping, the corners of her mouth curved up slightly. It seemed that there would be a good show to watch in the future. She didn't know if old Zhao's family would flip the pot open after hearing this. With Li Chuiying's temper, she was afraid that he would make a fuss. This Qian Chuanqiu probably didn't have a good life. Thinking that the bitch would be punished, Zhao Yuner couldn't help but feel sour in her heart. Zhao Yuner held the wooden basin and listened to the gossip, then went back. Nothing much happened in the next few days. Zhao Yuner went up the mountain to pick tea every day. She casually found several workers to help her grow tea. Chapter 1328. If she planted them now and took good care of them, they would be able to pick tea leaves next year. After 2 or 3 years, the tea trees would be able to grow. At that time, she wouldn't have to go up the mountain to pick tea leaves every day. She would be able to pick more tea leaves on the barren mountain. However, Zhao Yun naturally couldn't handle such a large mountain alone. Currently, she had hired a few men in the village to help her. When Zhu Eru was done, Zhao Yun wanted to let him take care of these tea trees and pay him a salary. This would also give Mulan's family an additional income. It was better than giving it to others and letting others earn the money. In the beginning, the saplings had to be watered and so on. After a few years, she wouldn't have to be so meticulous. Thinking about how she wouldn't have to work hard to hire people to pick tea leaves in the future and could just sit at home and count the money, Zhao Yun felt a burst of comfort in her heart. Mu Lianfeng seemed to be more idle these 2 days. He accompanied Daodu at home all day long and taught Daodu how to read and read. On this day, when Zhao Yun was preparing lunch at home, she saw Zhao Ping running over. Yun Sister Yun Hearing Zhao Ping's words, Zhao Yun subconsciously frowned. Why did Zhao Ping come over to her place? Listening to Zhao Ping's tone, it sounded like she was trying to curry favor with her. It probably wasn't anything good. Zhao Yun put down the spatula in her hand and walked over to Zhao Ping. She asked Zhao Ping, Sister Ping, why are you looking for me? Zhao Ping twitched the corner of her mouth and smiled at Zhao Yun. Sister Yun, I have something to discuss with you. Zhao Yun faintly raised her eyebrows and asked, what do you want to discuss with me? Tell me. Little Sister Yuner, I see that you haven't been setting up a stall these days, so your little Mao naturally won't be of any use. How about this? Can you sell your little Mao to me at a cheaper price? Otherwise, wouldn't it be a waste to leave it at home? Zhao Yun was slightly stunned. She was wondering why Zhao Ping had come over. It turned out that she had designs on her family's Xiao Mao. When Xiao Mao heard that Zhao Ping wanted to buy it, it was very angry. It shouted angrily at Zhao Ping. Zhao Yuner turned around and glanced at Xiao Mao. This little fellow was too intelligent. It was most likely unwilling to be bought. When Zhao Yun looked at it, Little Mao's eyes softened. It looked at Zhao Yun with pleading eyes, as if it was afraid that Zhao Yun would really abandon it. How could she sell it? Even if you raised an animal for a long time, you would develop feelings for it. Moreover, Xiao Mao was different from other animals. Zhao Yun faintly replied Xiao Ping, Big Sister Ping, who said that my family's Xiao Mao is useless now. It's very useful, so I'm not selling it. Zhao Ping was a little anxious. Little Sister Yun, what use can you be? You don't set up a stall now. You can take an ox cart wherever you go. Why do you have to raise a donkey? It's a troublesome thing to raise it at home. After listening to Zhao Ping's words, Zhao Yun couldn't help but snort coldly. Big Sister Ping, I'll have to trouble you to worry about it. But this is my business. I'll decide on my own. You don't have to worry about it. If you don't want to sell it, then don't sell it. I came over to buy it out of kindness. If you don't want to sell it, then keep it at home and eat it. Zhao Ping snorted coldly. After saying that, she turned around and left angrily. Chapter 1329. The reason why Zhao Ping came to Zhao Yun was that she wanted to buy a donkey from Zhao Yun at a discount. After all, she didn't have much money left. Once she bought the donkey, she could start preparing for the breakfast stall. Now that Zhao Yun refused to sell it to her, she could only buy it herself. As for buying a donkey, Zhao Ping thought that she couldn't go there alone. She needed to ask Ma Xiaofeng to go with her. The donkey they bought would definitely be better. With that thought in mind, Zhao Ping walked towards Ma Xiaofeng's home. When she arrived at Ma Xiaofeng's home, Ma Xiaofeng was sitting under a tree in the yard. Xiaofeng. Zhao Ping called her with a smile, then walked towards Ma Xiaofeng. Ma Xiaofeng, however, acted like she didn't hear her. Zhao Ping walked closer and patted Ma Xiaofeng's shoulder. She looked at Ma Xiaofeng and asked with confusion, Xiaofeng, why don't you talk to me? Ma Xiaofeng was struck dumb for a second, then looked at Zhao Ping. Ma Xiaofeng forced a smile. Hi, Ping, you're here. Yeah, Xiaofeng, I just wanted to ask you whether you're free this afternoon. If you're free, let's go to the town to buy a donkey together. After Zhao Ping said that, Ma Xiaofeng was silent for a while, then slowly said, sure. Haha, Xiaofeng, I'll come to see you later. Ma Xiaofeng nodded. Sure. Zhao Ping noticed that Ma Xiaofeng was a little absent-minded, so she looked at Ma Xiaofeng with concern. Xiaofeng, do you feel uncomfortable today? You don't seem to be yourself. I'm fine. Ma Xiaofeng replied to Zhao Ping, but she looked a little displeased. Zhao Ping gave Ma Xiaofeng a glance, but still felt that something was wrong. Ma Xiaofeng's face was full of thoughts. Xiaofeng, are you sure you're fine? If you're in trouble, you must tell me. Zhao Ping really took Ma Xiaofeng as her friend, so she cared about Ma Xiaofeng very much. She was worried that Ma Xiaofeng might have an accident. Seeing Zhao Ping's concerned look, Ma Xiaofeng didn't want to talk at all, because it was hard for her to say it. The reason why she was so worried was indeed because something bad had happened. Originally, she was already miserable enough after being teased by Lu San. Now, Lu San, this scoundrel, was even more excessive. When he saw her sitting in her courtyard, he even came to her door to tease her when he passed by, saying some filthy words. If other people in the village saw it, there would be a lot of gossip. Thinking of that, Ma Xiaofeng was mad. Lu San had bullied her once, but now he wanted to do it again and again. If he did it again and again, she wouldn't be able to live in the village anymore, because she didn't have the face to do it. Seeing that Lu San was so shameless, Ma Xiaofeng had to act like a shrew. She took the rice fork at home and threatened Lu San. Get out of my sight, or I'll kill you. When Lu San saw Ma Xiaofeng's fierce look, the corners of his mouth curled up, revealing a wretched expression. Oh, this little lady is quite fierce. I'll go, okay. Chapter 1330. This scoundrel Lu San, who knew if he would come to find trouble with him again. Anyway, she couldn't let others know that she had been raped by Lu San, or she wouldn't be able to get married in the future. Because of this matter, Ma Xiaofeng was worried for a long time and couldn't come back to her senses for a long time. When Zhao Ping talked to her, she didn't respond. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Great, as long as you're fine. Our breakfast stand is almost ready. You have to be well at this time so that we can live a good life. Got it. Ping, you can go back now. Call me later. Sure. Zhao Ping nodded. In the afternoon, the two of them went to Yang City together to buy a donkey. They didn't have a car to go there. If they chartered an ox cart, it would cost dozens of copper coins. Neither of them was willing to pay, so they walked there. Since they were from the countryside, they usually walked a lot. Shuilin village wasn't too far away from Sun City, so it wasn't too strenuous for them to walk there slowly. Most importantly, they could buy a donkey and take a donkey back when they came back. It was just a walk, so it wasn't a big deal. On the way, the afternoon sun was very hot, and the two of them were a little out of breath while walking. It was almost summer now, and the weather was getting hotter and hotter. After walking for a while, they were out of breath with sweat all over their foreheads. They had to walk and rest for a while. When it really came to summer, it would be very hot. Xiaofeng, it's so hot. Zhao Ping covered her chest and said. Ma Xiaofeng nodded. Yeah, we have no choice. It's almost summer. Well, I'm afraid of summer the most. We have to take a shower every day. If we don't take a shower often, our bodies will rot easily. What's wrong with that? Just wash it. It's just that when it's summer, it's more troublesome for us to make breakfast. We have to sell or eat the things we make on the same day. Otherwise, the things will spoil easily, Ma Xiaofeng said to Zhao Pinger. After all, food in summer was easy to rot, and they couldn't sell the rotten food. Otherwise, the customers would definitely come to cause trouble. Xiaofeng, I didn't think of it until you mentioned it. Now that you mention it, it's true. What should we do? It's fine. Maybe our business will be good, and we can sell everything. If it's not good, we can prepare less. We can't lose money anyway. Xiaofeng, you're right. You're so smart. Ma Xiaofeng's mouth twitched. She felt that Zhao Pinger was no different from an idiot. So what? Didn't normal people understand this logic? After walking and stopping for a while, the two of them finally arrived at the donkey stall in Sun City. After asking about the price, they found that the donkeys were not cheap. Most of them cost more than 2 taels of silver, around 3 to 4 taels of silver. The smaller ones cost 2 taels of silver. Zhao Pinger was very reluctant. If she wanted to buy a bigger donkey, she didn't know how much money she would have to spend. Zhao Ping didn't have much money on hand. She couldn't bear to spend so much money all of a sudden. After all, she didn't know if she would need money in the future. It was always good to save more money. Chapter 1331. Ma Xiaofeng smiled and said, Of course you can. Zhao Ping was the one who paid for it, not her. Whatever Zhao Ping wanted to buy, she would definitely listen to Zhao Ping. Otherwise, if Zhao Ping asked her to pay for it, where would she get so much money? But Sister Ping, we can't buy something too small. If it can't pull us, it will be troublesome. We have to carry a lot of things every day. A small donkey won't have the strength. Ma Xiaofeng reminded her. After all, sometimes the money should be spent. Otherwise, if they spent the money and bought an unsuitable donkey, it would be better not to buy it. Zhao Ping felt that Ma Xiaofeng's words were very reasonable, so she agreed and said, Xiaofeng, that's fine. Let's buy something slightly bigger. Okay. But back then, my little sister Yun bought a little donkey. Look at that donkey's strength, it's quite strong. It runs very fast. Ma Xiaofeng knew that Zhao Ping was talking about Xiao donkey. She had also seen that small donkey. It was indeed very strong and was different from ordinary donkeys. Sister Ping your sister Yun is picking up other people's leftovers. Even if we see a treasure, we may not be able to pick it up. When Ma Xiaofeng said that, Zhao Ping seemed a little discouraged. She sighed slightly and said to Ma Xiaofeng, then let's look again. What if we can also pick up a leftover one? Ma Xiaofeng had to let Zhao Ping go. Zhao Ping walked around and looked at the donkeys, hoping to find a good one. However, these donkeys looked similar in appearance. Zhao Ping didn't know much about donkeys, so she didn't know which one to buy. She asked the stall owner, Uncle, do you have a bigger and cheaper donkey here? A bigger and cheaper one. The old man thought for a while and finally pointed at a donkey tied under a tree. This donkey was separated from the other donkeys and was tied up alone. Zhao Ping and Ma Xiaofeng both took a look and saw that this donkey was relatively big. What do you think about that donkey? If you want to buy it, this donkey and a wooden cart will cost you 2 taels of silver. 2 taels of silver to buy a donkey and a wooden cart. Under normal circumstances, it would cost more than 2 taels of silver. The price that this person, it was considered low. Most importantly, this donkey looked quite big, so its strength was definitely not weak. Ma Xiaofeng felt that something couldn't be cheap for no reason. Such a big donkey was only sold for such a small amount of money. There must be something wrong with it. She asked the old man, Uncle, why is this thing so cheap? Is there something wrong with this donkey? When Ma Xiaofeng asked, the old man who was selling the donkey suddenly became unhappy. He scolded Ma Xiaofeng, little girl, what are you saying? Didn't you say that there is something wrong with my donkey? If others heard this, how can I continue to do business? Ma Xiaofeng quickly waved her hand and said, No, uncle. I didn't mean that. I just feel that such a big and good donkey only costs 2 taels of silver. It's a bit abnormal. Chapter 1332. The old man's words embarrassed Ma Xiaofeng and Zhao Ping. The corners of Ma Xiaofeng's mouth twitched. She was too embarrassed to smile. Uncle. I don't mean that. I'm just curious. If your donkey is so big, why is it so cheap? The old man snorted. There must be a reason why it's so cheap. Otherwise, my donkey wouldn't be so cheap. Don't worry, my donkey is cheap not because there's something wrong with it. It's just a little stupid. Sometimes, it acts like a block of wood and can't be ordered to move. Hearing the uncle's explanation, Zhao Pinger and Ma Xiaofeng finally understood. So it was like this. Hearing it, they didn't think much of it. Zhao Ping looked to Ma Xiaofeng and asked Ma Xiaofeng for her opinion. Xiaofeng, do you want to buy this donkey? It's a little stupid, but I don't think it's a big deal. Zhao Ping nodded. Sure, it's fine if it's a little stupid. Great, let's buy this one. It can save a lot of money. Otherwise, such a big donkey would cost at least 2 taels of silver in addition to the carriage. 2 taels of silver was enough for them to buy a lot of things. As long as it can run, it's fine. We just need to spend some time taming it. It's not a big deal. Sure. Zhao Ping made up her mind to buy this stupid donkey. Uncle, that's fine. Then I'll buy this donkey. However, if this donkey is sick or something, can you take responsibility? If I buy a sick donkey, then I'll be at a disadvantage. In order to prevent this donkey from having any problems, Zhao Ping thought it was better to make it clear before they bought it. Hearing that, the old man remained silent for a while, then said, "If you have any problems with this donkey, you can come to me. However, if you don't want this donkey because it's too stupid, I won't agree, because I'll make it clear to you now." "Sure, uncle. That's enough." "Sure." Zhao Ping paid the money, and the old man brought the donkey over. He put a wooden carriage on the donkey and handed it to Zhao Ping. Come on, girl. This donkey is yours. It's easy to raise a donkey, and it doesn't eat any food. It's easy to raise it." "Yes, uncle." Looking at her own donkey, Zhao Ping was a little excited. It was so big, and it looked like it had a lot of strength. It might even be better than the donkey in Zhao Yun's house. "Xiaofeng, come sit." Zhao Ping excitedly waved at Ma Xiaofeng, wanting Ma Xiaofeng to experience it with her. Ma Xiaofeng's mouth also revealed a smile. Although this donkey wasn't hers, if she wanted to use it in the future, she would have a share. She didn't have to worry at all. The two of them sat together on the ox carriage. It was very spacious, and it felt much better than squeezing with other people. Great. Sure enough, it's good to be rich. We don't have to sit in an ox carriage like the country people. We can sit in a horse carriage. We're already so comfortable in a donkey carriage. If we sit in a horse carriage, it will be even more comfortable. Zhao Ping touched her donkey carriage inside. Chapter 1333. Ma Xiaofeng nodded and said, "Sister Ping, of course. It's definitely more comfortable in the carriage. It's so soft inside. How can it not be comfortable? Sister Ping, when I go back, I'll make some mattresses and put them in the carriage. It'll be more comfortable for us to sit on." Zhao Ping replied happily, "Okay, Xiaofeng. You're so nice. I don't know how to make these things." Ma Xiaofeng replied to Zhao Ping with a smile, "It's my pleasure. Sister Ping, just leave it to me." The two of them went to the market excitedly and bought some things to go back. They were all the things they needed to prepare for breakfast tomorrow. When they thought that everything was ready and they could open for business, Zhao Ping and Ma Xiaofeng couldn't hold back their excitement. After all, if they opened for business, it meant that they could make money and have an income in the future. They didn't buy many things for the first time. They were afraid that they wouldn't be able to sell many things on the first opening. If they prepared too many things, it would be easy to spoil them. After buying the things, the two of them rushed to Shuilan village together. Now that they had a donkey, Zhao Ping planned to pick up Ma Xiaofeng every morning and send Ma Xiaofeng back home when they finished setting up the stall. Anyway, the donkey ran much faster than people walked. The two villages were not far away from each other. It only took them 10 minutes to go back and forth by donkey cart. Seeing that the donkey ran quite fast and pulled the two of them easily, Zhao Ping felt that she had gotten a bargain at a low price. She gloated and said, "That old man is really stupid. If he didn't say that the donkey was stupid, who would know? Isn't it running well now? Hee, we saved a few taels of silver at once. Yeah, it's pretty good. Sister Ping, you can't say that the old man is stupid. He's actually quite kind. If it were an ordinary person, they definitely wouldn't tell others that there's something wrong with the donkey." Zhao Ping nodded heavily. Xiao Feng, you're the most reasonable one. You're much more reasonable than I am. Ma Xiaofeng's mouth twitched. If it weren't for the fact that she was relying on Xiaoping, she really wouldn't have bothered with Xiaoping. The donkey suddenly stopped as if it was running. Xiaoping, and Ma Xiaofeng suddenly frowned and asked, what's wrong? Why did you stop running? Ma Xiaofeng shook her head. I don't know. I was running fine. I didn't see anything happen. Xiaoping, was puzzled. The donkey definitely wouldn't stop running. There must be some reason. Hence, she hurriedly got down from the ox cart and walked around the donkey. She didn't find anything unusual. Xiaoping, scratched her head in confusion. She couldn't understand. Since there was nothing wrong, why did the donkey stop? Hey, donkey, hurry up and leave. We still have to go back. Xiaoping, chided. However, the donkey acted as if it didn't hear Xiaoping's words. It simply ignored her and didn't move. Xiaoping was instantly angered. This donkey was really disobedient. It acted as if it didn't hear what she said. You damned donkey. Are you deaf? Didn't you hear what I said? Really? Hurry up and run. It's so uncomfortable to be under the hot sun. However, this time, Xiaoping's donkey went overboard. It almost made Xiaoping angry. The donkey's eyes slowly closed as if it was about to fall asleep. Chapter 1334. Ma Xiaofeng hurriedly called out to Xiaoping. Xiaoping glanced at it and realized that it was just as Ma Xiaofeng had said. The donkey was about to fall asleep. Seeing the donkey sleeping, Xiaoping exploded, this damn donkey, it was running well but it actually stopped to sleep. See if I don't teach it a lesson. With that, Xiaoping lifted one leg and kicked the donkey's butt. The donkey was awakened by the pain and as if it was frightened, it immediately rushed out. Xiaoping looked at the donkey that flew out and was shocked. Seeing the donkey running so fast, even if she wanted to chase after it, she couldn't. Xiaoping was very anxious. If the donkey ran away, what should she do? Wouldn't the 2 tails of silver be wasted? Compared to Xiaoping, Ma Xiaofeng was even more unfortunate. Xiaoping just got down, but Ma Xiaofeng was still sitting on the carriage. So when the donkey ran out, her whole body leaned back and she was almost thrown off. Fortunately, she caught it. However, the donkey ran like crazy. Ma Xiaofeng was jolted and she was still about to be thrown off. As the donkey ran, Ma Xiaofeng screamed in fear. Xiaoping shouted from behind Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, you have to watch the donkey. Don't let it run away. If the donkey ran away, the 2 tails of silver would be gone. Xiaoping felt her heart ache just thinking about it. Now she didn't have much money left. If she really wanted to buy another donkey, she probably couldn't afford it. Ma Xiaofeng's heart was about to jump out. She didn't have the mood to care so much. Her hands firmly grabbed the handle of the carriage to stabilize her body. Now, she could only pray that she would not fall to her death. Even if the donkey really ran away, it was none of her business. Who asked Xiaoping, that idiot, to kick the donkey's butt? The donkey was startled, and she was also implicated. After Xiaoping shouted, she hurriedly chased after the donkey, wanting to catch up with it. In the end, when he was panting, he still saw the donkey disappear from his sight. Xiaoping had a bitter look on her face. She slapped her thigh and wailed, God, what should I do? Damned donkey. What Xiaoping was most afraid of was that Ma Xiaofeng had an accident and the donkey ran away with her. She couldn't run anymore. Xiaoping was so anxious that she couldn't do anything. She could only drag her heavy steps forward. As for the frightened donkey, it ran all the way. In the end, a big tree suddenly appeared at the corner. The donkey couldn't avoid it and hit the tree head-on. The carriage was also hit hard. Ma Xiaofeng couldn't resist such a strong force, and fell forward heavily. In the end, although the donkey stopped, Ma Xiaofeng was also tortured badly. There was a big bump on her forehead, and it was very painful. It seemed that her skin was scraped and blood was oozing out. Ouch! Ma Xiaofeng took a long breath in. She felt that she was going to die. It was all Zhao Ping's fault. She was so miserable because of Zhao Ping. That idiot, rubbing her aching head, Ma Xiaofeng felt that she was going to die. She fell to the ground all of a sudden and couldn't get up. She could only slow down for a while. Chapter 1335. The moment Zhao Ping went over, she saw Ma Xiaofeng sitting on the ground. She hurried over to Ma Xiaofeng and asked Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, what happened to you? Are you all right? Ma Xiaofeng looked up weakly and glanced at Zhao Ping. She was almost angered to death by Zhao Ping. This idiot, she still asked her what happened and whether she was all right. Wasn't this all her fault? If she hadn't hit the donkey's butt, would she be in such a miserable state? Now, there was a scar on her head. Could it be that Zhao Ping was blind and didn't see it? But even though she was angry, in order to continue doing business with Zhao Ping in the future and to let Zhao Ping help her earn money, she couldn't scold Zhao Ping too much now. She had to coax Zhao Ping. She would just take it as her bad luck this time. Ma Xiaofeng twitched the corner of her mouth and replied weakly, Hey, Ping, older sister, I'm in so much pain. Looking at the injured Ma Xiaofeng, Zhao Ping felt a little guilty. If she hadn't kicked the donkey's butt, Ma Xiaofeng definitely wouldn't be injured. However, Zhao Ping thought about it from another perspective. It didn't seem like she was responsible for it. If there was anyone to blame, it could only be the donkey. She had stopped and asked it to leave, but it didn't leave. She had only kicked it out of anger. Usually, when she kicked the dog at home, the dog wouldn't have much of a reaction. Who knew that this stupid donkey would actually go crazy and rush out like this? If it hadn't hit the tree, who knew if it would have run even further, and she probably wouldn't have been able to catch up. Zhao Ping glared at the donkey angrily and put all the blame on the donkey. She scolded the donkey. You donkey, you're too much. When I asked you to run, you didn't run. When I didn't ask you to run, you ran so fast. Look at how badly you hurt Xiaofeng. It's all your fault. Ma Xiaofeng looked at Zhao Ping speechlessly. It was Zhao Ping who was stupid. She had provoked the donkey, but now she was pushing the blame to a beast. How interesting. Ma Xiaofeng really didn't know what to say to an idiot like Zhao Ping. She could only let Zhao Ping do what she wanted. Even though she was hurt, Xiaofeng's fault, she couldn't let Zhao Ping take responsibility. The donkey didn't react to Zhao Ping's words. It didn't understand at all. However, in Zhao Ping's eyes, the donkey's reaction was shameless. It didn't want to admit its mistake. She continued to scold the donkey angrily. Stupid donkey, you're being disobedient, aren't you? You're doing this on purpose, right? See if I don't teach you a lesson. Zhao Ping couldn't take it anymore. She rolled up her sleeves and was ready to hit the donkey again. Ma Xiaofeng was worried that Zhao Ping would make the situation worse. She quickly pulled Zhao Ping back and said to Zhao Ping, Sister Ping, forget it. You can't hit it anymore. Look, because you kicked it, the donkey ran away. If you kick it again, it will definitely run away again. What should we do if we can't find it? Zhao Ping frowned. She rolled her eyes and replied to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, what you said makes sense. However, Zhao Pinger wasn't willing to let the donkey go just like that. She was determined to teach it a lesson. Chapter 1336. Since it was tied to the tree, there was no need to worry about the donkey running away. Zhao Ping did what she said and tied the donkey's rope to the tree. After tying it up, she smiled at Ma Xiaofeng and said, Xiaofeng, look, I don't believe that it will be able to break free. How strong could a donkey be? With such a big tree, even a horse might not be able to move. Ma Xiaofeng looked at Zhao Ping speechlessly. She really couldn't figure out why Zhao Ping couldn't find fault with herself. Why did she have to be so calculative with an animal? If others knew about this, she wouldn't be afraid of being laughed at. Sister Ping, forget it. It's just a donkey. Why are you so calculative with it? Ma Xiaofeng couldn't help but persuade her again. Zhao Ping snorted coldly and said, Xiaofeng, it's not like that. Anyone who does something wrong should be punished. So what if it's a donkey? Does it think that I can let it go just because it's a donkey? Ma Xiaofeng replied helplessly, well, Sister Ping, if you want to teach it a lesson, then teach it a lesson. But don't go too far. We still have to count on her to go back later. Zhao Ping responded, Xiaofeng, don't worry. I know that this animal is dishonest. After I teach it a lesson, it will definitely be obedient. Ma Xiaofeng responded faintly. However, she looked at Zhao Ping, as if she was looking at an idiot. After Zhao Ping rolled up her sleeves, she walked in front of the donkey and slapped it a few times on the head. If it's stupid, you should hit it a few more times. It'll be smart after that. Ma Xiaofeng was speechless. The corner of her mouth twitched. Zhao Ping's logic was ridiculous. If that was really the case, Zhao Ping should hit it a few more times on the head. You damn donkey, remember this. If you don't listen to me, I'll skin you alive and cook you into donkey meat. Zhao Ping threatened in anger. No matter whether the donkey was hit on the head or was threatened by Zhao Ping, it didn't have any reaction at all. This was the most annoying situation. You were like a bomb, but the target of your anger didn't seem to care about it at all. Stupid donkey, stupid donkey, stupid donkey, it won't listen to me. It's so annoying. Ping, that's enough. It's an animal, so it can't understand human language. Didn't the old man say that this donkey is stupid? It won't be able to understand you. Ma Xiaofeng persuaded. Seeing Zhao Ping struggling, she felt very uncomfortable. Zhao Ping was silent for a while. She seemed to be thinking about Ma Xiaofeng's words. Well, Ping, let's go back right now. We don't want to waste time here. Zhao Ping thought for a while, then nodded. All right, Xiaofeng, I'll listen to you. I won't argue with this animal. Ma Xiaofeng nodded. Zhao Ping untied the rope from the tree, then said to the donkey, Stupid donkey, behave yourself now. However, to Zhao Pinger's disappointment, the donkey did not move at all. It stayed where it was. Xiaofeng, this stupid donkey won't walk again. Zhao Ping pulled the donkey several times, and complained in anger. Sister Ping, is this donkey tired from running? Chapter 1337. She had seen Zhao Yun'er's donkey before. That donkey had been running for a long time, but it was not as tired as Zhao Yun'er's donkey. Why was her donkey tired? Ma Xiaofeng's mouth twitched. She felt that Zhao Pinger's words were very strange. Pinger, how would I know? Ma Xiaofeng replied. Let's go back with the donkey. We can't stay here forever. Zhao Ping'er felt very uncomfortable, but she could only follow Ma Xiaofeng's words and forcefully pulled the donkey back home. By the time they arrived at Shuilan village, Zhao Ping'er was already exhausted and couldn't take it anymore. She complained about the donkey in her heart. However, the old man who sold the donkey said that unless there was something wrong with the donkey, he would not take responsibility. This donkey didn't move because it was too stupid and didn't listen to what others said. Zhao Ping'er thought for a while. I spent a lot of money but still got angry. I am really unlucky. Unfortunately, I have to make do with this donkey in the future. When they arrived at Shuilan village, many women and girls saw Zhao Ping'er and Ma Xiaofeng coming back in the donkey cart. They all went up to them and gossiped. Hey, Ping'er, Xiaofeng, did you buy a donkey? Speaking of this, Zhao Ping'er was unhappy. She unhappily replied, Why do you ask when you already know the answer? If we didn't buy it, did we steal it? Zhao Ping'er, we just care about you and come over to ask you. Look at you, what kind of attitude is that? Exactly, what kind of attitude is that? Do you think you are so great just because you bought a donkey? When your younger sister Yuner bought a donkey, she didn't act like that. Zhao Ping'er's face was gloomy. She felt that these women who came up to her were very annoying. I don't want to waste my time talking to you, I am going back. As Zhao Ping'er said that, she angrily tugged at the donkey and pulled it to continue forward. Zhao Ping'er, you bought a donkey. Look at how precious it is. Why don't you sit on it? It is so tiring to walk back. You don't even know how to enjoy it. Right, Zhao Ping'er, who cherishes a donkey as much as you do? Why don't you sit on it? You are the one who is serving the donkey. Zhao Ping'er looked at the gloating faces of these people and angrily replied, meddling in other people's business. What does it have to do with you? Yo, why aren't you saying anything? Alright. Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's go. Look at her. She looks like a villain who has succeeded. It's so annoying. It was just a donkey, and no one could afford it. Zhao Ping'er was annoyed when she heard these people's words. She didn't understand why the people in the village were so mean. They must be jealous of her. After avoiding these annoying women, Zhao Ping'er drove Ma Xiaofeng back home first. On the way, she met Zhao Tianan again. Zhao Tianan just walked home with a kettle in his hand. He was going to go home to get some water. The weather was getting hotter and hotter now, so he felt more thirsty when he was working. The kettle of water was emptied in a short while. Seeing Zhao Tianan, Zhao Ping'er greeted him and shouted to Zhao Tianan. Tianan. Zhao Tianan heard Zhao Ping'er's voice and turned to look at Zhao Ping'er. Sister, did you buy this donkey? Zhao Tianan asked with curiosity. Chapter 1338. Zhao Tianan was even more confused. He looked at Zhao Ping'er and asked, Sister, what's going on? What's wrong with the donkey you bought? It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it. Tianan, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it, but it's a stupid donkey. It's so stupid. It's so stupid that it's infuriating. It doesn't understand human language. It doesn't know how to run when I tell it to, but it runs very fast when I don't let it run. Look, Xiaofeng's injuries were caused by this donkey. If it weren't useful to me, I would have killed it and eaten it. Hearing Zhao Ping'er's complaints, Zhao Tianan twitched the corner of his mouth. Hearing that Ma Xiaofeng was injured, his heart couldn't help but tremble. He looked at Ma Xiaofeng. Seeing the injuries on Ma Xiaofeng's face, Zhao Tianan's heart ached for her for a moment. However, Zhao Tianan soon adjusted his emotions, because he knew that since he wasn't with Ma Xiaofeng now and was with Mu Hin, he shouldn't have any feelings for Ma Xiaofeng. When Zhao Tianan looked at Ma Xiaofeng, Ma Xiaofeng also looked at Zhao Tianan. When she looked at Zhao Tianan with her beautiful big eyes, there was a feeling of tenderness. Ma Xiaofeng had some expectations in her heart. She wanted to see Zhao Tianan show some concern for her. Seeing a trace of concern in Zhao Tianan's eyes, Ma Xiaofeng's heart had a trace of joy. She knew that Zhao Tianan must still love her. Otherwise, Zhao Tianan wouldn't be like this. After Zhao Ping finished talking, Zhao Tianan just pulled up the corner of his mouth slightly, as if he didn't care about it at all. Sister, I'll go home and get some water first. Zhao Ping glared at Zhao Tianan with dissatisfaction. Why are you in such a hurry? Will she starve to death if we wait a little longer? Tianan, look, Xiaofeng is already like this. Why don't you care about her? Seriously. Zhao Tianan pulled up the corner of his mouth helplessly and replied, Sister, what can I do when you say that? Why can't you help her? You can say something nice to her and show her concern. Zhao Ping secretly said to Zhao Tianan. Zhao Tianan replied reluctantly, Sister, what are you talking about? Why can't you just say it? What's the point? I can't say anything. After Zhao Tianan finished speaking, he braced himself and ran off. Watching on the other hand, Zhao Tianan's a little on the other's face. Seriously. She had hoped that Zhao Tianan could say a few words to Ma Xiaofeng to mend their relationship. Who would have thought that Zhao Tianan would be so resistant? Zhao Ping looked at Ma Xiaofeng helplessly. She saw that Ma Xiaofeng's expression dimmed for a moment, and she seemed a little sad. Xiaofeng. Zhao Ping called out with concern. Ma Xiaofeng pulled up the corner of her mouth and said, Sister Ping, it's okay. I'm fine. Let's keep going. Zhao Ping felt a little guilty. She nodded and responded. Pulling her donkey, Zhao Ping continued to walk in the direction of Ma Xiaofeng's house. After walking for a while, they finally arrived at Ma Xiaofeng's house. Qian Chuanxiu was in the yard. Seeing Ma Xiaofeng come back with bruises on her face, she hurriedly asked Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, what happened to you? Why is your face so badly injured? Mother, I'm fine. Ma Xiaofeng replied faintly. Chapter 1339. Ma Xiaofeng didn't know what to say, so she just gave Zhao Ping a glance. Qian Chuanxiu, however, immediately understood the meaning of Ma Xiaofeng's glance. She glared at Zhao Ping and questioned Zhao Ping I say, little girl Ping my family Xiaofeng's injuries were caused by you, right? You have to take responsibility. She's seriously injured. You need to buy something to nourish her. Zhao Ping looked at Qian Chuanxiu apologetically. Aunt Qian, Ma Xiaofeng pulled Qian Chuanxiu's hand and said to Qian Chuanxiu, Mother, don't say any more. It has nothing to do with Sister Ping, Qian Chuanxiu snorted, but didn't believe it. Ma Xiaofeng immediately said to Zhao Ping, Sister Ping, you can go back now. Don't take my mother's words to heart. She just cares about me too much. Zhao Ping nodded, then left Ma Xiaofeng's yard with the donkey. After Zhao Ping was gone, Qian Chuanxiu questioned Ma Xiaofeng. Xiaofeng, tell me the truth. Did Zhao Ping hurt you? Why didn't you tell me to get even with her? Ma Xiaofeng explained patiently. Mother. Although it was Zhao Ping who hurt me, you should be blamed for it. Why not? Could it be that you were hurt by her for nothing? Seriously. Mother, why do you care so much about it? What can I do even if I really get even with her? How much money can I pay? We can't be in a deadlock with her now. I'm going to open a stall soon, and I'll be able to make a lot of money by then. Mother, it's not worth it for you to hold on to her and not let her go. Xiaofeng, you're right. Qian Chuanxiu thought that it made sense, so she nodded. Ma Xiaofeng said again, Mom, don't worry. When I earn enough money, I'll definitely let you live a good life. When that time comes, I'll let brother study so that he can be outstanding. Our family's life will definitely get better and better. Hearing Ma Xiaofeng's words, Qian Chuanxiu's heart was suddenly filled with joy. She smiled and said to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, you are really a good child. You know how to be filial to your mother. Mother, this is what I should do. Ma Xiaofeng knew that it was not easy for Qian Chuanxiu to raise two children alone for so many years. She wanted to earn enough money to be filial to Qian Chuanxiu, because she thought that when Qian Chuanxiu was rich in the future, Qian Chuanxiu wouldn't have to hook up with Zhao Wenxuwei. She had the ability to support her mother, so she didn't need to get any benefits from Zhao Wenxuwei. Paper couldn't cover fire forever. Ma Xiaofeng was worried that she would be caught by the villagers. If that happened, she would have a hard time in the future. Zhao Ping continued to lead the donkey. Before she went back to the family Qin Hall, she went back to the third branch's house. Seeing Zhao Ping coming back with a donkey in her hand, old Zhao's family members came over with curiosity. They wanted to see what was going on. The third branch's family was completely different from before. Why did Zhao Ping bring a donkey with her? As soon as Zhao Ping arrived at the courtyard of old Zhao's house, she shouted to the third branch's house, Mother, I'm back. I'm so thirsty. Get me a cup of water to drink. When Zhao Ping was shouting, Zhao Yun was also in the third branch's house. When she heard Zhao Ping's voice, she frowned. She was already an adult. Did she have no hands? She had to ask others to help her drink water. She was really lazy. Chapter 1340. When they arrived at the yard, Zhao Ping's forehead was covered with beads of sweat. Those who didn't know what was going on would think that something had happened to her. Liang Jinchao handed a glass of water to Zhao Ping and said to Zhao Ping, here, drink it. Zhao Ping took it and with a few gulps, she poured the water into her stomach. After drinking it, Zhao Ping wiped the corners of her mouth and the beads of sweat on her forehead. She sighed and said, I'm so tired. Ping, what's wrong with you? Liang Jinchao asked curiously when he saw Zhao Ping's appearance. He couldn't figure out what Zhao Ping had done and why she was so tired. Zhao Ping breathed a sigh of relief and replied, Mom, I went to the town today and bought a donkey back. Liang Jinchao frowned and glanced at the donkey in Zhao Ping's hand. He was still puzzled. Ping, what's wrong with that? Why are you so tired after buying a donkey? You can sit on the donkey cart when you come back from Yang City. You don't even have to move. At the mention of this, Zhao Ping angrily slapped the donkey's head and complained to Liang Jinchao, Mother, I'm really unlucky. I made a mistake. This donkey is a stupid donkey. If I don't pull it, it won't move. What? Liang Jinchao opened his mouth in surprise. Why did you buy a donkey if it won't walk? He bought it because he wanted the donkey to be able to pull freight so that people wouldn't be tired from walking. Since the donkey still needed to be pulled, it was completely meaningless to buy it back. Zhao Ping pursed her lips. Mom, who knows? At first, it knew how to run, but after running for half the distance, it got tired and stopped running. Can't you tell? Why don't you just return the donkey after you bought it? In such a situation, people won't refuse to return it, right? Liang Jinchao suggested. He couldn't possibly spend money to buy something useless. As a businessman, he had to be responsible for the things he sold. Mom, it's impossible. Why can't I return it? Ping, how do you know you can't push it away if you don't try? If not, Mother will help you talk to them. Since you spent money, the things you bought have to be good. Mother, you don't know. When we bought this donkey, they already said that the donkey was stupid and only asked for 2 taels of silver. We can take responsibility for other problems, but this donkey is too stupid. We can't take responsibility for it. After hearing what Zhao Ping has said, Liang Jinchao didn't know what to say, because he didn't know what to do either. To be honest, it was all Zhao Ping's own business. She knew it clearly, but she still insisted on buying the donkey. Zhao Yun was at the side. She was speechless. She felt that Zhao Pinger deserved it. Who told her to be greedy? If she wasn't greedy, she wouldn't have done that. After all, it was her own fault. She couldn't blame others. Tut tut tut, Pinger, you're so smart. You spent money to buy such a stupid donkey. You might as well not have bought it. Feng Zhangxia walked forward and joked. Zhao Pinger was already angry. Being mocked by Feng Zhangxia, she glared at Feng Zhangxia and replied unhappily, "Aunt, it's my business." "It's none of your business. Mind your own business." Chapter 1341. Zhao Pinger snapped, "It's none of your business." Feng Zhangxia's expression instantly darkened. This wretched girl was even more annoying than Zhao Yun. Her words were so unruly. She was an elder after all, wasn't she? Her tone was so harsh. She did not care about her elder status at all. Liang Jinchao's eyes darkened as he said to Zhao Pinger, "Pinger, you can't talk to your eldest aunt like that." Zhao Pinger pursed her lips. She did not take Liang Jinchao's words to heart at all. Feng Zhangxia did not want to be calculative with Zhao Pinger, so she snorted unhappily, "Pinger, you're so capable now. It seems like your in-laws are not poor anymore. You even have the money to sell a donkey. We relatives can't even compare to you. However, you shouldn't spend money like this even if you have it. How far can your in-laws live from your maiden home? You even bought a donkey. How luxurious. I think it's just right to buy a donkey. I'm sure you'll ride the donkey cart back and forth and drag your in-laws to your maiden home every day to eat and drink." Feng Zhangxia's words were extremely sarcastic and unpleasant to the ears. Since Zhao Ping did not give her any face, she naturally did not need to give Zhao Ping any face. She could say whatever she wanted. After Zhao Ping heard this, she wanted to fight with Feng Zhangxia. If Liang Jinchao had not held her back, she probably would have really fought with Feng Zhangxia. Although they did not fight, Zhao Ping did not stop talking. She scolded Feng Zhangxia, "You chatty old woman. You better watch your mouth. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. Who are you trying to scare? You're not behaving like a junior at all. Aren't you afraid of being struck by lightning for saying such things to your eldest aunt?" The corner of Zhao Ping's mouth twitched. She was only talking, and not using her fists was already very polite. Otherwise, with her temperament, it would be strange if she didn't use her fists. Liang Jinchao was afraid of stirring up trouble, so he mediated, "Sister-in-law, don't be so calculative with Pinger. Who's arguing with her? I'm telling the truth. Third sister-in-law, you don't know what your family's Ping is like." The corners of Liang Jinchao's mouth twitched, looking very awkward. "Sister-in-law, it's because I didn't teach Ping well." But this time, she bought a donkey for serious business. Liang Jinchao defended Zhao Pinger. Feng Zhangxia's words were indeed a little harsh. In that case, weren't they also saying that Zhao Ping's family was stupid for letting Zhao Er's family take advantage of them. Serious business. Ping, can you do something serious now? That's amazing. That's right, sister-in-law. Ping, is preparing to do business in Yang City. Like Yun, she's going to set up a breakfast stall. When the time comes, she'll be able to earn some money by selling breakfast. Her in-laws are poor, so she'll be able to live a better life if she earns some money. After hearing Liang Jinxiao's words, Feng Zhangxia felt a little uncomfortable. To put it bluntly, he just couldn't bear to see others doing well. TSK, TSK, TSK. In that case, Ping is indeed doing serious business. Didn't Yun earn a lot of money by selling breakfast? Now that Ping is capable, she should learn from Yun. Feng Zhangxia's words were somewhat provocative. After saying that, she deliberately glanced at Zhao Yun and said to Zhao Yun. To Feng Zhangxia's disappointment, Zhao Yun didn't have much of an expression on her face. She looked very calm. Chapter 1342. Zhao Ping snorted softly and raised her chin as she spoke. Feng Zhangxia would definitely be jealous of her when she made money. She would wait and see what Feng Zhangxia would say then. Feng Zhangxia rolled her eyes at Zhao Ping. She got angry when she saw Zhao Ping's smug look. Zhao Ping pulled her donkey and drank some water. After resting for a while, she said goodbye to Liang Jinxiao. Mother, if there's nothing else, I'll go back first. Liang Jinxiao responded, okay, Ping, go back first. Be careful on the road. Okay, mother. With that, Zhao Ping's figure slowly disappeared in front of old Zhao's house. Haha, Feng Zhangxia laughed coldly, but no one knew what she meant. Liang Jinxiao looked a little embarrassed and did not say anything. Third sister-in-law, in my opinion, your Ping is really not comparable to Yun at all. Yun is much more sensible and likable. Feng Zhangxia nagged in front of Liang Jinxiao. Liang Jinxiao only twitched the corner of her mouth and did not respond to Feng Zhangxia. Zhao Yun's eyebrows moved. She thought in her heart. She didn't know if her aunt was belittling Zhao Ping or really praising her. Zhao Yun thought that it was her first guess. If Feng Zhangxia was praising her, she must have something up her sleeve. Yun. Feng Zhangxia smiled and shouted at Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun asked indifferently, what's wrong, eldest aunt? Yun, aunt just wants to ask you, do you want to use your family's donkey tomorrow? Can you lend it to my family for a while? Why? Zhao Yun had to listen to what Feng Zhangxia had to say first. She was not very willing to borrow it. Anyway, she didn't have a good impression of her aunt. Feng Zhangxia smiled and explained, hey, isn't it because of your son's cousin's marriage? Tomorrow morning, they had agreed that they would go to the girl's house. However, it's more than a dozen miles away, and I'm afraid that I'll be tired if I walk there. There's no ox cart in the two villages, so I was wondering if I could borrow one from you. After Feng Zhangxia finished speaking, she observed Zhao Yun's expression and thought that Zhao Yun didn't agree, so she added, Yun girl, if you don't want to lend it to us, you can rent it to us. I'll pay you 30 copper coins for this round trip. 30 copper coins was not a low price. This was the normal price. Feng Zhangxia did not take advantage of her. If it was lent to the first branch to do other things, it was likely that Zhao Ping would take the money. Knowing that it was used for Zhao Tianhu's marriage, Zhao Yun didn't accept it. It's fine. Aunt, I can lend it to you, but I won't charge you for the sake of my second cousin. She meant that if the first branch still used Zhao Yun's donkey, it had nothing to do with Zhao Tianhu, and she would accept the money. Seeing that she had saved 30 copper coins, Feng Zhangxia immediately beamed with joy. She smiled at Xiao Yuner and said, Yuner girl, I told you that you're much better than Pinger. That girl is really not good. If only she could be half as good as you. Xiao Yuner didn't want to listen to Feng Zhangxiao's flattery. Instead, she said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, I'm going back now. Yuner, don't you want to have dinner with us tonight? Mother, you can eat. I'll cook it myself. Chapter 1343. Xiao Yuner smiled and said, Mother, we should eat breakfast. You should eat more tonight. There's too much left over from lunch. How can we eat more? Yuner, why don't you come over and eat? Try to finish it so that it won't go to waste. Liang Jinxiao persuaded. Before Xiao Yun could say anything, Li Chuiying, who had heard Liang Jinxiao's words, went up to Liang Jinxiao and shouted, Hey, third sister-in-law, can't you finish your food? If you can't finish it, let me know. I'll help you finish it. Hee, our family is currently suffering from a lack of food. Share some with my family so that your family won't waste it. As Li Chuiying spoke, she smiled and said to Liang Jinxiao. Liang Jinxiao's expression was a little stiff. She said that her family couldn't finish the food and that her family could eat it. She didn't say that she would give it to others. Li Chuiying was obviously asking for it in front of her. If she didn't give it to her, Li Chuiying would probably say something stingy. Liang Jinxiao felt a headache just thinking about it, but there was nothing she could do. Li Chuiying was obviously asking for it in front of her. After all, she wasn't as thick-skinned as Li Chuiying. Sometimes, she couldn't put down her pride. It was impossible for her to quarrel with Li Chuiying alone. When Xiao Yun heard Li Chuiying's words, she frowned in displeasure. She had never seen anyone more greedy than Li Chuiying. This woman was very thick-skinned and had the nerve to say anything. Second aunt, should we thank you for giving the food to you? Xiao Yun raised the corner of her mouth and asked. Yun why are you so rude? Second aunt was just saying. Look at what your mother said. If we can't finish the food, we'll have to leave it behind. I didn't say that I wasn't going to eat. Why is second aunt worried about my family? Xiao Yun replied and poked Li Chuiying. Feng Zhangxia snorted coldly. Yuner, don't bother about him. He's not thinking about your family. He's doing this for himself. Sister-in-law, why do you have such a foul mouth? It's none of your business. Li Chuiying glared at Feng Zhangxia angrily. What nonsense did I say? I'm just telling the truth. Feng Zhangxia rolled her eyes. You're still talking about facts. You just like to take advantage of others and don't want to see others take advantage of you. What kind of mentality is that? Li Chuiying pouted and snorted softly. Second sister-in-law, your words are a bit too much. When did I take advantage of you? You, on the other hand, have already admitted that you took advantage of her. TSK. Feng Zhangxia's rebuke made Li Chuiying feel that he had spilled the beans. Xiao Yun was a little annoyed by the two of them and said to Li Chuiying, Second aunt, regardless of whether you want to take advantage of my family or not, my family's food can definitely be finished by itself. You don't have to worry about it. It would be better to give it to Little Black than to give it to the second family. If it was given to Little Black would grow stronger and could even guard the house. If it was given to the second family, these weirdos would often appear in front of him and disgust him. Liang Jinxiao smiled embarrassedly and went into the kitchen with Xiao Yun, ignoring Li Chuiying. Li Chuiying felt stifled in her heart and hated Feng Zhangxia even more. If Feng Zhangxia hadn't come out to stir things up, Xiao Yun might have given it to them. Chapter 1344. Okay, mother. Just pack some vegetarian dishes for me. You don't have to pack the meat dishes. You and father can eat them. Xiao Yun said. When she went back, she would have to cook some herself. She would share some with Little Black so that it wouldn't be a waste. Liang Jinchao nodded and said, yes, that's fine. As Liang Jinchao spoke, he took out a piece of butter paper and began to pour out the dishes. The reason why there were so many dishes left was not that Xiao Yun really cooked too much, but that it was summer and people's appetite was not so good. They couldn't eat much. These men were not like when they first came. They didn't eat anything good, so every day, they felt that Xiao Yun's dishes were delicious and stuffed it into their stomachs. Now that they ate it every day, after a while, they naturally didn't feel so regretful. In addition to their poor appetite, they didn't eat much at noon and drank 2 more glasses of wine. It seemed that when she cooked later, she would have to cook less. She couldn't cook too much. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to finish it. It would be a waste if it went bad in this kind of weather. Yun, come, it's packed. Liang Jinchao handed the package to Xiao Yun. Mother, then I'll go back first. Okay, go back. When Xiao Yun went back, it was not too late. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. She tidied up the tea leaves at home and put them in a ceramic jar. She tidied it up and placed it on the ground. After a few days, she would pick more tea leaves and send them to those rich people. At about 5 o'clock, Mu Lianfeng came back from the mountain and Xiao Yun began to cook. Xiao Yun heated up the leftovers first and gave them to Little Black to eat. Originally, she was still worried that Little Black couldn't finish it alone. She didn't know when Big Gray came over, but there were a few other greyhounds behind him. These greyhounds were the same as Little Black. They were all Big Gray's children. However, because these dogs didn't eat well for a long time, they were not as strong as Little Black. All of them were thin and dry, as if they hadn't grown up. On the other hand, Little Black's head stood out among his brothers and sisters. Sure enough, the dogs she raised were more powerful than other people's dogs. Xiao Yun was a little complacent, but more importantly, she was proud. Seeing that Little Black was playing with his mother, siblings, and so on, he thought to himself, Little Black is playing with his mother and siblings. Xiao Yun couldn't help but recall that Little Black was a pitiful puppy that had been ostracized. The dogs were wandering around in front of Xiao Yun's house, while Daodu was playing with Little Black and the other dogs. Xiao Yun saw this and took out all the leftovers for the dogs to eat. Even if a dog ate a little, it probably wouldn't get much. It's time to eat. Xiao Yun called out to Little Hay and poured the hot food into Little Hay's dog bowl. Little Black heard Xiao Yun's call and ran to his dog bowl. He stretched his nose and sniffed, then began to eat in big mouthfuls. To Xiao Yun's surprise, Big Gray and the other dogs just stood far away and didn't eat with Little Black. However, Xiao Yun glanced at these dogs and saw that their eyes were staring straight at Little Black's dog bowl. They couldn't help but lick their lips, as if they were very greedy. Chapter 1345. After eating a few mouthfuls, Little Hay seemed to have realized something. He stopped and looked back with his mouth. He saw that his mother and siblings were watching him eat, but they didn't come over to eat. He barked a few times at the dogs. After Little Hay barked, the dogs seemed to understand and ran towards Little Hay. Thus, the few dogs gathered together and started eating in Little Black's bowl. Xiao Yun saw this and the corners of her mouth couldn't help but curl up. She felt that these dogs were very loving. Little Hay had taught him well. He knew that good things shouldn't be monopolized by one person, but shared with his siblings. When Xiao Yun smiles, her eyebrows are curved and her eyes are sparkling like the stars in the sky. This scene happened to fall into Mu Lianfeng's eyes. When Mu Lianfeng saw Zhao Yun smile, he felt that she was exceptionally beautiful. The corners of his mouth curled up along with Zhao Yun. He walked to Zhao Yun and asked Zhao Yun, what made you so happy? Nothing. I just saw little He and his family together. It's very loving and very happy. They could play together on weekdays and eat together when there was food. It was a feeling of sharing blessings and misfortunes together. Being together as a family, this kind of life was the most enjoyable. Sometimes, people couldn't even compare to dogs. They couldn't live as simply as dogs. If they could really live like little He and the others, Zhao Yun would naturally be happy. Mu Lianfeng laughed. Time really flies. I remember that when little He was brought back, he wasn't very old. In the blink of an eye, he has grown so big. Our family feeds him well. Look at the other dogs. They're so thin. It wasn't that Auntie Lou's family was reluctant to feed the dog, but that was how it was these days. They couldn't even fill their own stomachs, let alone feed the dog. Yes, it's all thanks to Yuner. Not only do people like Yuner's dishes, but I also like to eat them. Mu Lianfeng joked. Zhao Yuner glared at Mu Lianfeng. I'm going to cook. All right. Zhao Yuner said and turned to the kitchen. It was almost summer, and one of the inconveniences was that it was even hotter when cooking. Because there was a fire in the kitchen, there was a lot of steam, and it was very stuffy. Zhao Yun hadn't cooked for a while, but she was already sweating from the heat. When the meal was finally ready, Zhao Yuner hurriedly went outside to take a few breaths. It's so hot. Zhao Yuner muttered. She realized that her back was already drenched. In this weather, wearing coarse clothes, it was very hot. Because these coarse clothes were basically thicker, and they were not breathable. It was okay to wear them before, but in this kind of weather, it was a little unbearable. It hadn't officially entered the hot summer season yet, and it was already so hot. If it waited until midsummer, it would be terrible. She would become a roasted pig. Zhao Yuner saw Daodu running around. When Daodu was called to eat, Daodu was also sweating all over. His little face was red and hot. Mother, Daodu is so hot. Can I take off my clothes? Daodu trotted to Zhao Yuner and asked in a soft voice to Zhao Yuner. Chapter 1346. Mother, why can't I? Why can't I take off my clothes? Daodu asked curiously. Zhao Yun patiently explained to Daodu, you just played, so you're very hot. But you're sweating a lot. If you take off your clothes, you'll quickly feel cold. If you take off your clothes, you'll easily catch a cold. Daodu understood and nodded. Yes, yes. Mother, then Daodu understands. Daodu won't take off his clothes. Zhao Yun smiled and patted Daodu's head. Daodu is so obedient. Mother has finished cooking. Hurry in and eat. Yes, yes. Looking at the food on the table, Zhao Yun also didn't have much of an appetite, even though the food was pretty good. Perhaps people were like this in the summer. It wasn't easy to swallow food. Daodu's appetite was also smaller than before. On the other hand, Mu Lianfeng was still burying his head in his food and eating happily. This guy has a really good appetite. Zhao Yun put some soup in the rice and reluctantly swallowed the bowl of rice into her stomach. After eating, Zhao Yun sat on the stool and wiped her mouth. She began to think about what kind of food she should prepare in the summer so that she could eat and make her appetite better. Hawthorn slices and sour plum soup were appetizers. Zhao Yun remembered that hawthorn slices could be found on the mountain. If she wanted to eat them, she could go pick them. They were also sold in Yang City for only half a kilogram. As for sour plum soup, it was made with hawthorn, dark plum, licorice, and rock sugar. Drinking some sour plum soup would quench thirst and stimulate appetite. It should be very good. The main thing was that it wasn't troublesome to make and the cost wasn't high. Children and adults would definitely like to drink it. Zhao Yuner planned to buy some of these ingredients when she went to Yang City to deliver the tea leaves in 2 days. That way, she would be able to make it. In addition to these, Zhao Yuner planned to buy some thin silk or cloth back and make 2 new sets of clothes for summer. Thin silk was more silky and close-fitting, so it should be more comfortable to wear. However, it was possible that the price of silk was expensive. If one were to buy it, they would have to spend a lot of money for a bolt of cloth. If it was in the past, Zhao Yuner might have been reluctant to part with them. Now that she had made money, what was the use of keeping these people if they did not treat her well? He might as well buy what he wanted to buy for himself and buy it for Daodu. As for Mu Lianfeng, the Shitzi Manor had prepared many sets of clothes for him. There were also clothes for him to wear in summer. Zhao Yuner was not worried about Mu Lianfeng. After dinner, the sky had yet to darken. The closer it was to summer, the later the sky would darken. However, with the arrival of summer, one of the troublesome things was that he had to bathe every day. After all, he had sweated so much. If he didn't bathe, his body would probably rot easily. However, Zhao Yuner's family was still cramped in the dilapidated house. Even if he wanted to bathe, it was abnormally troublesome. Fortunately, her new house was almost ready. It wouldn't take too long. Zhao Yuner distributed a large pot of hot water and went into the house to bathe first. She let Mu Lianfeng take Daodu outside. Daodu played with Mu Lianfeng for a while. By the time Daodu and Mu Lianfeng finished bathing, the sky had already darkened. A cool breeze blew gently, and the temperature in the air dropped a lot. After bathing, he felt much more comfortable. Zhao Yuner waited for Daodu to finish bathing before telling Daodu to stop playing. Otherwise, he would have to bathe again with his head full of sweat. Chapter 1347. The wind outside was unusually comfortable. Daodu sat quietly in the courtyard, looking at the stars in the sky. Zhao Yuner and Mu Lianfeng leaned against each other. When they looked at Daodu, their faces revealed contented smiles. Zhao Yuner thought that if such days could continue, how many days would there be? No one would disturb their family. When she returned to the house to sleep at night, the house was very low and only had 1 floor, so it was very stuffy. It was not as good as the brick houses of the 20th century with 2 floors. If it was the 2nd floor, the room downstairs would definitely be very cool and wouldn't feel stuffy in this weather. When Zhao Yuner entered the house, she felt that the house was steaming hot. She didn't know how long it would take for the house to cool down. Zhao Yuner lay on the bed and felt that the bed was also steaming hot. She tossed and turned, unable to fall asleep. This was one of the disadvantages of the ancient times. There were no electric fans, no air conditioners, and no heat dissipation devices in the summer. It was unlike the 21st century, where there was air conditioning. No matter how hot the weather was, there was nothing to be afraid of. With air conditioning, no matter how hot it was, one wouldn't feel hot. What Zhao Yuner was worried about now was that it was already so hot in May. If she waited until June or July, what would she do? Would she still be able to sleep at night? But in this era, how could there be a way to cool down the temperature? She lay on the bed and thought for a moment. If she could make some ice cubes and put them next to the bed, it should be able to lower the temperature in the house. In her previous life, Zhao Yuner learned about physics when she was studying it. Making ice wasn't very troublesome. She just needed to use some saltpeter. Later, she would go to Yang City to see if there was anyone selling saltpeter. If she could buy it, it would naturally be better. In the summer, she could put some ice cubes in the house and make some ice desserts to eat. Seeing that Zhao Yun was tossing and turning, unable to sleep, Mu Lianfeng whispered in Zhao Yun's ear, Yun, what's wrong? Can't sleep. It's too hot, so I can't sleep, Zhao Yun said. Mu Lianfeng put his hand on Zhao Yun's forehead and found that Zhao Yun's forehead was really hot. He said to Zhao Yun, why don't you take off your clothes and sleep? With such thick clothes wrapped around his body, it would be strange if he didn't feel hot. Zhao Yun wrapped her clothes tighter around her body and quickly shook her head. No, that's it. Mu Lianfeng was amused by Zhao Yun's behavior. How could he not know what Zhao Yun was thinking? Zhao Yun was like this because she was afraid that he would see her if she took off her clothes. Even now, the two of them had slept in the same bed many times, but he was still very guarded against her. He didn't know when Zhao Yun would stop treating him like this. Mu Lianfeng knew that this was a matter of time. He just had to wait. Zhao Yun closed her eyes. In a daze, she suddenly felt a cool breeze, and she immediately felt much better. Where did this wind come from? What was going on? Zhao Yun opened her eyes and found that Mu Lianfeng was holding a fan and fanning her. Mu Lianfeng, aren't you going to sleep? Zhao Yun asked. The corners of Mu Lianfeng's mouth curled up as he smiled faintly. It's fine. Yun, aren't you feeling hot? Go to sleep first. I'll fan you and cool you down. Chapter 1348. However, if Mu Lianfeng didn't sleep because of her, Zhao Yun would feel uncomfortable. Therefore, she said to Mu Lianfeng, Mu Lianfeng, don't just take care of me. You should sleep too. Mu Lianfeng smiled and said casually, Yun, it's fine. You should sleep first. You have a lot of work to do every day. If you're too tired, I can sleep later. If you're sleepy tomorrow, I can get up later. Zhao Yun twitched the corner of her mouth and had to say, okay then, Mu Lianfeng insisted, so she didn't say anything. However, Mu Lianfeng was actually as busy as her every day. Although Zhao Yun did physical work most of the time, while Mu Lianfeng did mental work, Zhao Yun felt that mental work was more tiring than physical work most of the time. In order to let Mu Lianfeng fall asleep as soon as possible, Zhao Yun closed her eyes and fell asleep as soon as possible. The gentle wind blew, and it was very comfortable. Before long, Zhao Yun slowly fell asleep. The next day, Zhao Yun continued to pick tea leaves. Zhao Tianhu was responsible for driving the donkey at home, because she didn't have time to drive him. Luckily, it was easier to drive a donkey than to ride a horse, so everyone knew how to do it. Today was also the first day of Zhao Ping and Ma Xiaofeng's stall. Early in the morning, the two of them got up early. It was the first day of business, and they were very excited. They seemed to be able to make a lot of money. Along the way, Zhao Ping and Ma Xiaofeng were thinking that if they sold all the tea leaves, they could make a lot of money. Xiaofeng, if we can make a lot of money, we can buy some new clothes in a few days. Haha, at that time, we can dress up well. Ma Xiaofeng agreed with a fake smile. It was useful to buy clothes for her to dress up well. After all, she had a good foundation. If she dressed up well, she could definitely become the most beautiful girl in the village. As for Zhao Ping, she didn't want to buy beautiful clothes for her. It was a waste of money to buy clothes for her. At that time, Mei Yuanqing will definitely like me more. Zhao Ping was looking forward to it. Qin Yuan obviously treated her much better these days. Now that he had recovered, he was willing to sleep in the same room with her. He was even willing to touch her sometimes. This was a good sign. At the very least, it meant that Qin Yuan was more satisfied with her than he was at the beginning. Ma Xiaofeng was speechless, glanced at Zhao Ping. There were many people who didn't know their own status, but there was only Ma. She didn't know what kind of person she was. Did she expect any man to really like her? Ma Xiaofeng changed the topic and said, Sister Ping, your donkey didn't do well yesterday, but it's doing pretty well today. Look, we don't even need to lead it today. It knows how to run on its own. Zhao Ping nodded and said, yeah, it's probably full from last night. My Yuanqing fed it a lot of grass. Yuanqing is still the best. The corner of Ma Xiaofeng's mouth twitched. She really had to hand it to Qin Yuan. How could there be such a person in this world? Qin Yuan was always the one who was praising her. When the two of them arrived at Yang City, it was still early. They hurriedly set up the stall. However, it was their first time doing it, so they were a little flustered. It was not as orderly as Zhao Yun's first time doing it. Chapter 1349. As for Zhao Ping, it would be better if she didn't help, but once she did, it would only make things worse. Seeing that Zhao Ping was clumsy and did all the work by herself, Ma Xiaofeng was annoyed. It was really a disadvantage for her to work with an idiot like Zhao Ping, because she didn't expect Zhao Yun, to do all the work. She was the only one who worked herself to death. If it weren't for the fact that Zhao Pinger was the one who paid for it, she wouldn't have brought someone like Zhao Pinger to play with her. Seeing that Ma Xiaofeng was busy working alone, Zhao Yun said to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, thank you so much for your hard work. I don't know how to do anything. If I worked alone, I probably wouldn't be able to finish the work. Ma Xiaofeng's mouth twitched, then she forced a smile and said to Zhao Ping, it's fine, Ping, If you don't know how to do it, you can learn more from me. I'm sure you'll be able to do it slowly. Ma Xiaofeng was worried that Zhao Ping, wouldn't study hard and leave all the work to her. It was fine if she worked for a day or two, but if she worked like this every day, it would be terrible. Therefore, no matter what, Zhao Ping had to learn how to do work. Sure, Xiaofeng, don't worry. I'll definitely learn from you. Sure. The two of them worked for a while, and the steamed buns and shumai were ready after steaming for about 20 minutes. The food was almost ready, but time passed slowly, and no one came over. Ma Xiaofeng didn't think it was reasonable. Her steamed buns smelled so good that she was a little hungry. Ma Xiaofeng then asked Zhao Ping, why didn't anyone come to buy breakfast for us? Well, it's still early, so no one is on the street yet. Hee, Xiao Feng, don't worry. There will definitely be food in a while. Let's eat first. Don't starve yourself. If there are more people later, we'll be busy. Zhao Ping has said. She couldn't wait to open the steamer basket. She took out a steamed bun and stuffed it into her mouth. Ma Xiaofeng felt that what Zhao Ping said made sense, so she also took a steamed bun and began to eat. Huff, 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 it's hot. Zhao Ping blew air into her mouth, and her lips were almost scalded red. Sister Ping, these are our buns. We have a lot of them. Why are you in such a hurry? Take your time. Zhao Ping nodded. Okay, I'll eat slowly. After having a bite, Zhao Ping felt that although it tasted good, something was missing. It was far less delicious than the steamed buns made by Zhao Yun. Zhao Ping frowned while eating. After eating a steamed bun, Zhao Ping couldn't help but say to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiao Feng, I don't think your steamed bun tastes good. Did you follow my mother's instructions? Why does it taste different from the steamed buns made by Yun? Hearing Zhao Ping's words, Ma Xiaofeng frowned with displeasure. She said to Zhao Ping, Sister Ping, what do you mean? Are you saying that I didn't cook it well? But I did it according to your mother's method. Don't tell me you don't believe me. Chapter 1350. Ma Xiaofeng also took a bite and found that Zhao Ping, was right. The taste was indeed a little different. She had eaten the buns made by Zhao Yun before, so she remembered the taste clearly. Ma Xiaofeng frowned and said to Zhao Ping, there's no reason. I just followed your mother's method. Then what's going on? Zhao Ping, asked in confusion. Ping, is there something wrong with the method your mother taught me? No way. My mother is teaching us the same way she did for Zhao Yun, She can't be wrong. Zhao Ping, also frowned. She didn't think it was possible that Ma Xiaofeng said. Ma Xiaofeng found it very strange. Then what's going on? Anyway, I just followed your mother's instructions. Well, Zhao Pinger's heart was somewhat shaken. In the end, was her mother's teaching wrong, or was Ma Xiaofeng's learning wrong? In any case, she didn't make it as delicious as Zhao Yun ate. Great. If it was still like this in the future, the taste would be a little worse than Zhao Yun's. She didn't know whether she could still sell it. After all, there were many breakfast stalls in Yang City. If the taste wasn't good enough, probably many people wouldn't be willing to buy it. Zhao Ping, was worried when she left. She tasted other breakfast stalls, but she still felt that the taste was a little worse. After a while, more and more people came to the street. However, Zhao Yun's stall seemed to be invisible. No one came to buy it at all. Zhao Ping seemed very anxious. She muttered in front of Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, why didn't anyone come to buy it? What are we going to do? Our breakfast won't be sold, right? Ma Xiaofeng was worried about the same thing at this time. Not a single person came over, so today's income was 0. If they couldn't even earn a few copper coins, then what was the point of working so hard every day? Ping, is it because we just set up a stall and people don't know about it, so no one comes to buy it? Why don't you stand there and shout a few times? I think people will come to buy it. Ma Xiaofeng suggested. Hearing Ma Xiaofeng's words, Zhao Ping thought it made sense, but she felt that she couldn't shout it out. Zhao Ping. There were so many people. If she shouted, everyone would definitely look in her direction. How embarrassing would that be? After hesitating for a while, she said to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, why don't you shout a few times? I don't know what to shout. Ma Xiaofeng looked at Zhao Ping speechlessly. She said to Zhao Ping, why don't you know how to do this and that? It's fine if you leave this to me, but you can't expect me to shout, right? What's so difficult about this? Just shout at people to sell breakfast and steamed buns. Isn't that enough? Ma Xiaofeng was really angry at this time. Seeing Zhao Ping push everything to her, she was a little angry. Okay, Xiaofeng, don't be angry. I'll shout, okay. Seeing Ma Xiaofeng's gloomy face, Zhao Ping quickly said. Ma Xiaofeng didn't say a word. It seemed that she was still angry. Originally, she was depressed because of the bad business. In the end, Zhao Ping came to annoy her. It would be strange if she wasn't depressed. Zhao Ping stood in front of the stall and began to shout shamelessly. Chapter 1351. Steamed buns, shumai, dumplings. Delicious and practical dumplings. Don't miss it. You'll regret it if you don't eat it. Hearing Zhao Ping's words, Ma Xiaofeng was displeased and snorted. This Zhao Pinger was really something. Although she said that she did not know how to do it, wasn't she quite good at it? In the end, it was all because she was lazy. Ma Xiaofeng decided to order Zhao Ping around in the future. Otherwise, Zhao Ping wouldn't take the initiative to cook. She didn't want to suffer too much loss. After Zhao Ping's words, it finally worked a little. Someone stopped and walked to Zhao Ping's stall, saying, "Give me a steamed bun and a steamed bun." Saying that, he gave the person a copper coin. Seeing that the first customer finally came, Zhao Ping was happy and immediately packed a steamed bun and a steamed bun for him. After the first customer left, Zhao Ping said to Xiaofeng with a smile, "Xiaofeng, you're right. Yelling is really useful." Ma Xiaofeng smiled and replied to Zhao Ping, of course. Ping, you can continue to yell. Get as many customers as you can." Zhao Ping was suddenly full of confidence and replied, "Sure, Xiaofeng, I'll continue to yell." Zhao Ping continued to yell, and several more customers came one after another. However, not many customers came either because of the smell of the breakfast or because it was the first time they came to set up a stall. After a whole morning, there were few people on the street. The time for breakfast had long passed, so it was meaningless for them to continue to wait. However, more than half of the prepared breakfast hadn't been sold yet. Fortunately, things like steamed buns and steamed buns were wrapped before they were steamed. Otherwise, if they were brought back, they might get pregnant in this kind of weather overnight. "Sister Ping, I don't think anyone will come. Let's go back," Ma Xiaofeng said. The first day's business wasn't good. Morale was low. Originally, he thought that business would be booming today, but now he knew that he had thought too much. Zhao Ping sighed and replied, Well, Xiaofeng, I guess we can't wait for anyone. Let's go back." After saying that, Zhao Ping first counted the money she earned today. The total income was 67 copper coins. After deducting the costs, he estimated that he had only earned 30 copper coins. The main problem now was that the 30 copper coins he had earned were of no use at all. There were still a lot of things that had not been sold. These things that had not been sold added up to more than 30 copper coins. "Hey, Xiaofeng, why did you only sell so little? If you only sell so little, what should we do? Can we still make money?" Zhao Ping was a little discouraged as she muttered in front of Ma Xiaofeng. Ma Xiaofeng was very upset. She was also very depressed. Zhao Ping, this idiot, was still talking non-stop. "Really? It's okay, Sister Ping, Everything is difficult at the beginning. No one knows about us on the first day. It's normal that there is no business. It will be fine in a few days." Ma Xiaofeng comforted Zhao Ping, and at the same time comforted herself. Chapter 1352. Ma Xiaofeng nodded and said, "Okay, Sister Ping, then I'll go back and learn from your mother." "Okay." The two of them went back in a bad mood. On the way back, Zhao Ping's donkey made a fuss again. But this time, it was much better than last time. After making a fuss for a while, it started to walk slowly. It didn't run, but walked. It was even slower than the ox cart. Zhao Ping and Ma Xiaofeng had been busy for the whole morning. They were already exhausted and didn't have the strength to walk. So what if the donkey was slow? At least they didn't have to walk on their own. They just had to sit in the cart. The donkey walked slowly for more than an hour before they returned to Shuilan village. Zhao Ping first sent Ma Xiaofeng home and asked Ma Xiaofeng to bring some meat buns back. The leftovers would be a waste if they couldn't finish them. They couldn't sell them if they went bad tomorrow, so they might as well eat them themselves. "Sister Ping, thank you. Ma Xiaofeng thanked her while holding a few meat buns. Zhao Ping waved her hand generously. It's okay, Xiaofeng. It's a waste if we can't finish them. We can eat them ourselves. Okay. Ma Xiaofeng nodded heavily. If she set up a stall in the future, it would be impossible to sell things every day. There would definitely be leftovers. If she brought back a few things every day, her family's food would improve a lot. Ma Xiaofeng thought about it and felt very happy. Zhao Ping drove the donkey cart to the third branch. When she arrived at the third branch, Zhao Yun was also there. Old Zhao's family members were also in the courtyard. When Feng Zhangxia saw Zhao Ping coming, she said with a strange smile, Ping girl, today is the first day you set up a stall. How is it? Is the business good? How much money did you make? The reason why she asked this was that she wanted to see a joke. When she saw Zhao Ping's expression, she knew that Zhao Ping's business must not be good today. Otherwise, Zhao Ping wouldn't have such an expression. Zhao Ping had made money, so she must be arrogant. She was afraid that others didn't know. Zhao Ping was already uncomfortable in her heart. When Feng Zhangxia asked, she felt even worse. She said to Feng Zhangxia angrily, how much money I earn is none of your business. Anyway, it's not you who earn it. And you really have a lot to worry about. I'm just casually. Ping, girl, look at you. What's with your attitude? You're so rude. How can I be rude when I speak? Auntie, why don't you ask a bunch of questions first? Really? Zhao Ping replied angrily. Seeing Feng Zhangxia's gloating face, Zhao Ping was even angrier. Feng Zhangxia was probably happy that she couldn't make money. This kind of person just couldn't bear to see others doing well. Third sister-in-law, look at your family's Ping girl. You're right next to her. Look at her. It's fine if you talk to me like this. If you talk to others like this, people who don't know will think that our old Zhao's family education is like this. Feng Zhangxia hurriedly looked at Liang Jinqiao and said to Liang Jinqiao. Zhao Ping's mouth twitched. This Feng Zhangxia only knew how to complain. She was good at complaining about others. Why didn't she complain about herself? Chapter 1353. Liang Jinqiao smiled embarrassedly. Sister-in-law, please don't argue with Pinger. If she doesn't want to say it, don't ask her. It doesn't matter whether it's good or not. It's a good thing to learn how to run a business. Feng Zhangxia snorted. She knew that Liang Jinqiao disliked her for being a busybody. It's fine if you don't care. Anyway, judging from Zhao Pinger's behavior, it seemed that she didn't make any money. Thinking of this, Feng Zhangxia felt happy. Zhao Pinger is such a B***tch. It's definitely God's blessing that she didn't make any money. Zhao Pinger saw that Feng Zhangxia didn't say anything nice, so she rolled her eyes at Feng Zhangxia. She went to the room of the third branch and was about to drink some water. Seeing that there were only her own family members in the house, and that the other branches didn't like to cause trouble, Zhao Pinger said to Liang Jinqiao, Mother, do you still need to ask? They definitely didn't make much money. Liang Jinqiao frowned worriedly and couldn't help asking, why? Is it because the market is too bad? If the market wasn't good and there weren't many people, it was normal that no one would buy a stall. Zhao Pinger said with annoyance, Mother, since I've rented a stall, I won't choose a stall with a bad market. It's better that I don't rent one. Hearing Zhao Pinger's words, Liang Jinqiao hesitated. If it wasn't because the market was bad, then what was the reason? When Zhao Yuner opened her stall for the first time, the business was very good. Why did it have a problem when it came to Zhao Pinger's stall? Zhao Ping'er pulled Liang Jinqiao a little angrily and whispered to Liang Jinqiao, "Mother, there's something wrong with the method you taught me in Xiaofeng. The taste of the food is not right." "No way, Mother, have you done it yourself?" Liang Jinqiao replied with a guilty conscience, "I haven't made the stuffing myself before, but Yuner has done it before. I just made it according to Yuner's style." "There's nothing wrong with it, Mother. Have you eaten the buns you made?" Liang Jinqiao shook his head. "That's not the case." "Then it's settled." "Mother, I think you must have done something wrong. Why don't you try it today?" Liang Jinqiao responded. Zhao Ping'er's business was not doing well, so she was naturally worried. He had already invested all his capital, so he couldn't possibly suffer a loss, right? Then her Ping'er's life in her husband's family would be even more difficult. When the time came, she would have to ask her family for help. Zhao Yuner heard Zhao Ping'er and Liang Jinqiao whispering, but she didn't know what they were talking about. She thought it couldn't be anything good. Her mother was really too much. She couldn't have discussed something with Zhao Ping'er behind her back, right? "Ping'er, do you want to stay at home for lunch before you go back?" Liang Jinqiao asked again. "Mother, of course I want to go out before I go back." She still had to wait for her mother to make the buns and taste them later. "Okay, I'll prepare more for lunch. You can stay for lunch." "Got it, Mother." Zhao Yuner felt angry when she saw this scene. Zhao Ping'er was married, but she still came to her mother's house from time to time. Unfortunately, her mother was like this. Zhao Ping'er couldn't vent her anger on Liang Jinqiao, so she couldn't help but say, "Ping'er, Mother is so good to you. When you make money later, shouldn't you give Mother more money to be filial to her?" Chapter 1354. Besides, I should give the money to my in-laws. If my in-laws find out that I've given money to my family, I don't know how they'll react. Of course, if they want to scold me, they'll scold me. It has nothing to do with you. Zhao Yuner looked at Zhao Ping'er speechlessly. Hearing Zhao Ping'er's words, Liang Jinqiao's eyes darkened for a second, and he looked a little sad. It seemed that he was disappointed by Zhao Ping'er's words. Zhao Yuner sneered. "Ping'er, you're right. You know that a married daughter is like spilled water. How do you know that you don't give a single cent to your family, but you come to my family for free food? Ping'er, don't you feel ashamed?" Zhao Ping'er was humiliated by Zhao Ping'er, and her face turned red. She glared at Zhao Yuner and said to Zhao Yuner, "You bitch, it's none of your business. I'm not eating your food." The moment Zhao Ping'er finished her words, Zhao Yuner slapped her and warned her coldly, "Ping'er, I told you not to call me bitch. Why don't you learn your lesson? I think you're asking for it. I'll just beat you up." Zhao Ping'er's face went numb all of a sudden, and Liang Jinqiao was also shocked by Zhao Yuner's slap. Liang Jinqiao thought that Zhao Ping'er would make a scene, but to her surprise, Zhao Ping'er suddenly behaved herself. "Zhao Ping'er, your family has spent a lot of money on you. Don't treat this place as a treasury after you get married." Zhao Ping'er glared at Zhao Yuner, but didn't dare to say a word. Right at this moment, Li Chuiying's cries suddenly came from the yard. "What's wrong?" Liang Jinqiao murmured, then ran out in a hurry. Zhao Yuner glanced at Zhao Ping'er, then followed her out. In the yard of old Zhao's house, Li Chuiying was crying and yelling on the ground. "My God, why is my life so miserable? I can't control my man. All he knows is to go out and find another woman. Why did he have to find a widow? Sob, 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 how are we going to live in the future? Oh God, why can't you do something for me? Vixen, now that you've lost your man, you only know how to seduce other men. Hearing Li Chuiying's words, Zhao Yun guessed that Li Chuiying must have found out about Zhao Wenshui's affair. There were so many people in the village, so there was bound to be a time when someone found out about it. In addition, there were many gossips in the village. Gradually, some rumors were spread, and Li Chuiying would eventually hear about it. Hearing Li Chuiying's roar, old Zhao's family members all came out of the house to see what was going on. Seeing Li Chuiying acting like a shrew, Hu Chunhua scolded unhappily, "My dear daughter-in-law, what's wrong with you? Why are you yelling? Your father and I are not dead yet, but you're crying like a funeral. How unlucky." Feng Zhangxia gloated, "Exactly, my dear daughter-in-law, why are you yelling so loudly? If I didn't know, I would think something big had happened." Li Chuiying pulled a long face and said to Hu Chunhua, "Mother, you don't know. Tianyu's father did something wrong to me. I can't cry." Chapter 1355. This second daughter-in-law of hers loved to make a scene. She must have quarreled with her second son and was now crying and yelling. These days, it was normal for couples to quarrel. However, they usually quarreled at the head of the bed and reconciled at the end of the bed. There was no need to talk about this kind of thing in public. If other people in the village saw it, they would inevitably be laughed at. Hurry up and get up. Don't make a fuss. Don't you think it's embarrassing? Can't you talk about it properly behind closed doors? Do you have to make it known to everyone so that you'll be happy? Mother, we can't talk about this behind closed doors. I want everyone to listen and judge for me. I can't be bullied like this. This is really unfair. Li Chuiying was still sitting on the ground. She was wiping her tears as she spoke. Hu Chunhua's mouth kept twitching. This second daughter-in-law of hers was actually not listening to her words. She said to Li Chuiying angrily, "Well, if you don't make it clear to me today, it won't be a big deal. You're making a fuss. Let's see how I'll deal with you." Zhao Yun was speechless when she saw Hu Chunhua's angry look. As expected, Hu Chunhua liked to take advantage of her son. After all, her daughter-in-law was an outsider. When something happened, the first person she would defend was her son, not her daughter-in-law. No matter whether her daughter-in-law really had some difficulties or had been wronged, she would always protect her daughter-in-law. The more she looked at this group of people in old Zhao's family, the more ironic Zhao Yun felt. What kind of people were they? Feng Zhangxia saw Li Chuiying's pitiful look and felt secretly pleased. She scolded Li Chuiying for asking for it. On the surface, Feng Zhangxia suppressed the joy in her heart. Feng Zhangxia said to Li Chuiying in a low voice, "Sister-in-law, if you have something to say, just say it. Don't hesitate. I don't know what's going on. How can I judge for you?" Li Chuiying wiped her tears. At this time, she was not in the mood to quarrel with Feng Zhangxia. Instead, she cried and complained, "Mother, when I was washing clothes just now, I heard people talking about Tianyu's father and Widow Qian. I also saw Tianyu's father go in and out of Widow Qian's house several times. Mother, you don't even know how unpleasant the rumors outside are. I'm so angry. I don't even dare to step out of this house. I have no place to show my face." Hearing Li Chuiying's words, Hu Chunhua's brows suddenly knitted together. After thinking for a while, she continued to scold Li Chuiying, "Second daughter-in-law, if you want to save face, why are you shouting about this kind of thing? Are you afraid that the people in the village don't know? Do they have to believe whatever others say? You caught Tianyu going to Widow Qian's house. You have to have evidence. Don't jump to conclusions if you are not sure. If Tianyu is not like this, he will be wronged by you. At this point, Hu Chunhua still defended her son first, not Li Chuiying. In the end, he was an unreasonable person. Zhao Yun snorted. She felt that it was really strange. But this was Li Chuiying's business. She would just watch and not interfere. Hu Chunhua ran to Li Chuiying and pulled Li Chuiying up. Get up quickly. Don't be a disgrace. If you make a fuss, people will come and see. You don't think it's shameful, but I do. Li Chuiying was heartbroken. Chapter 1356. Mother, I won't get up. I have to get to the bottom of this matter today. Mother, it can't be fake anyway. So many people saw it. Are they all blind? Can't they see it clearly? Li Chuiying was really disappointed this time. She knew that these people in old Zhao's family were all the same. They would definitely side with Zhao Wenshui instead of her. If she didn't make a big fuss, this matter would probably be left unsettled. No one would stand up for her. She couldn't swallow this bitterness in her stomach. After all, no woman would be willing to let her man hook up with another woman. Feng Zhangxia was not afraid of making a big fuss and echoed on the side, yes, sister-in-law. It's true. Why don't you believe your own man? Why don't you believe others' words? Don't make a fuss about this matter, or you'll embarrass our old Zhao's family. Hu Chunhua snorted softly. How can a bitch like her know our old Zhao's family's reputation? I think she just forgot. She did it on purpose. Li Chuiying glared at Feng Zhangxia resentfully and scolded her, sister-in-law, it's easy for you to say that. If Big Brother did this kind of thing, I'll see if you can still talk nicely and not make a fuss. My man wouldn't do this kind of thing. And I believe in him. I don't want you to start doubting because of some rumors outside. Li Chuiying snorted coldly. Everyone knew how to say such beautiful words. Even if it really happened, no one knew what kind of reaction they would have. She didn't believe that her sister-in-law wouldn't explode when she heard that her man hooked up with another woman. I'm not saying this without evidence. There's no smoke without fire. What's the point of people saying that Tianyu's father hooked up with widow Qian? Why didn't they spread it to anyone else but Tianyu's father? I don't believe it. Is there really nothing wrong at all? Li Chuiying said angrily. Because she had cried, her eyes were red and looked a little scary. Hu Chunhua knew that Li Chuiying's words were reasonable. In fact, she guessed that Zhao Wenshui really did go to widow Qian. The rumors in the village were basically true. Otherwise, no one would have the time to come out and make a fuss about it. After all, he was her son. Hu Chunhua still protected him. There was no reason for her to protect her daughter-in-law. Therefore, he said to Li Chuiying unhappily, second daughter-in-law, if this is true, you shouldn't make a fuss. It's not good if other people hear it. Second brother is your man. As a man, you have to protect his face. Even if second brother is really looking for that widow Qian, you should be looking for problems with yourself. Did you do something wrong? Otherwise, why can't you keep your man's heart? When Zhao Yun heard Hu Chunhua's words, her worldview was refreshed. What the hell? How could she have the nerve to say such things? She was at her wit's end when it came to such an unreasonable person. Glancing at Li Chuiying, Zhao Yun felt that Li Chuiying was a little pitiful. In other words, she was sad. In this era, a woman's status was so low that she met an unreasonable mother-in-law. She would really feel tired of being an unreasonable woman. Chapter 1357. Why did the woman have to reflect on her actions? It was so strange. Li Chuiying choked and swallowed her tears. Mother, what did I do wrong? I did a lot of chores at home. How is it a thankless task? Tianyu's father did this to me. And that widow Qian, that shameless B*tch, seduced someone else's man after losing her own man. I have to find Li Zheng and ask him to be the judge. I have to ask him how he should punish that B*tch. After Li Chuiying said this, Hu Chunhua, who had been arguing for a long time, suddenly became angry. She said to Li Chuiying angrily, "Second daughter-in-law, I think you're just itching for a beating. You're only going to be happy if you make our old Zhao family lose face, right? Why doesn't it make sense? We shouldn't have let you marry into our family in the first place. Marrying into our old Zhao family, you just like to cause trouble and cause trouble. You don't have a peaceful life." Hu Chunhua was so angry because Li Chuiying said that she would find Li Zheng. If she really did find Li Zheng, then this matter would be known by others and spread throughout the village. Putting aside whether Zhao Wenshui would be punished or not, in any case, it would be embarrassing. For so many years, old Zhao's family had been laughed at many times. Now that there were a few happy events, the villagers were envious of old Zhao's family. If this matter were to happen now, they would inevitably be mocked by others. The more Hu Chunhua thought about it, the angrier she became. She wanted to teach Li Chuiying a lesson, but she was stopped by Qian Zhozhe. Qian Zhozhe persuaded Hu Chunhua, "Mother, don't hit her. Second sister-in-law didn't do anything wrong in this matter. After all, second brother did something wrong to second sister-in-law. It's okay for second sister-in-law to complain. We're all family. If there's a problem, talk it out. Don't hit her." Only then did Hu Chunhua stop. Her sharp eyes were still staring at Li Chuiying. She's just itching for a beating. How could she care about her man? Men are women's sky. Women can only obey. It's normal for him to have 3 wives and 4 concubines. If second brother has the ability, he can marry a few more. When that day comes, won't you cause a ruckus? After Hu Chunhua said this, everyone in old Zhao's courtyard fell silent. It was normal for a man to have 3 wives and 4 concubines, but this was not the case. It's not like Zhao Wenshui married Qian Chuanqiu. They're just having an affair. Since when did cheating become a matter of course? Could it be because Qian Zhozhe to a husband too? But the nature of the matter did not change. Hu Chunhua's words were obviously distorting the truth. She was protecting Zhao Wenshui unreasonably. Zhao Yunhe looked coldly at Hu Chunhua with a sarcastic smile on her face. She had seen it for herself. Hu Chunhua had really opened her eyes today. If she were Li Chuiying and had such a strange mother-in-law, she would definitely fight with her. Li Chuiying stared at Hu Chunhua with red eyes and said in a choked voice, "Mother, can't you speak with some conscience? Tianyu's father did this. Are you saying that I'm in the wrong? I've been married for more than 20 years and have given birth to children for old Zhao's family. Now that they're treating me like this, who's the one at fault?" Chapter 1358. What's going on in old Zhao's family? I don't know. The daughter-in-law of the second branch of the family is making a fuss. It must be something big. Exactly. This family is always like that. Is there a troublemaker? Let's go and have a look. TSK, TSK, TSK. It must be something interesting this time. Is it because of the daughter-in-law of the second branch of the family? I think it must be because of the affair between Zhao Wenshui and widow Qian. Many people in our village know about it. When I saw Li Chuiying's wife today, I heard about it. I was so angry that I went home. Now they are making a fuss. What? Zhao Wenshui and widow Qian have an affair. Was this real or fake? Is it a rumor? How can it be a rumor? It's true. Believe it or not. Where did you hear it from? Is it true? You can't talk about it. Nonsense. I saw it with my own eyes once. The two of them were together for a while. They were very happy. It seems to be true. In that case, Li Chuiying is so pitiful. Her husband has an affair with another woman. What can she do? Men are always like that. They eat from the bowl, think about the pot, and look forward to the vegetable field outside. They are always satisfied with a woman. Why do they have to go out and have an affair? The villagers' discussion was basically biased towards Li Chuiying. After all, people sympathized with the weak. In this case, Zhao Wenshui had done something wrong. In the village, one of the most hated things was a man having an affair with a woman. From a moral point of view, it was also something that was not allowed. Hearing the villagers gossiping, Hu Chunhua was infuriated. Now, more and more people came to join in the fun. More and more people would know about it. At that time, everyone would know about it. The whole village would be a joke again. Hu Chunhua stared at Li Chuiying, who was on the ground. Now even Qian Zhaodate couldn't stop her. Hu Chunhua rushed to Li Chuiying and scratched Li Chuiying's face. Seeing that Hu Chunhua was angry, Li Chuiying immediately moved away. Li Chuiying's hand fell on Li Chuiying's hair. Hu Chunhua conveniently grabbed Li Chuiying's hair and wanted to pull him up. Bitch is bitch, and I. Qian Zhaodate frowned and tried to pull him again. She reminded Hu Chunhua, "Mother, don't hit him. There are so many people watching. I don't know what they will say about you." Hu Chunhua wasn't afraid of other things. What she was most afraid of was being talked about by others. The spittle could drown her. Hu Chunhua hesitated for a while before letting go. To prevent the villagers from watching, Hu Chunhua began to chase them away. "Stop looking. What are you looking at? Go away." Nothing happened. Auntie Zhao, how is this nothing happened? The villagers are all here. With such a big commotion, there must be something going on. Your second daughter-in-law is crying so miserably. Did she bully someone? Big sisterly, tell us. There are so many people in the village. If something happened, we can help you judge. Chapter 1359. Needless to say, these people who wanted to join in the fun wouldn't mind it. Hu Chunhua picked up the broom on the ground and wanted to drive them away. Go away, don't stay in front of my house. You all like to join in the fun. What does my family's business have to do with you? Seeing Hu Chunhua waving the broom, the onlooking villagers frowned and were very displeased. It was normal for other villagers to join in the fun when someone's family was in trouble. Why couldn't they do it in front of old Zhao's family? Hu Chunhua's behavior aroused the dissatisfaction of the villagers, so they said something to Hu Chunhua. I think Auntie Zhao, your family must have done something shameful, right? Of course. If it's not something shameful, why did you drive us away? Haha, this is called a guilty conscience. Oh, it turns out to be a guilty conscience. Everybody, tell us what happened. Mrs. Zhao is so agitated. She's afraid that others will know. Tut tut tut, even if she drives us away, we know what happened. The villagers aren't fools. Her son ran out to find another woman. Instead of teaching her son a lesson, she punished her daughter-in-law. Oh my God, is this for real? Is she still a human? She's worse than a beast. It's not like I haven't seen weird people before. Doesn't Auntie Zhao like to do this kind of thing all the time? She doesn't treat her daughter-in-law as a human and only cares about her son. Anyone who is sensible can see it clearly. After hearing the villagers' discussion, Hu Chunhua became even more exasperated. It turned out that the villagers all knew about it, but they just didn't mention it in front of old Zhao's family. She had already lost her face, but she still wanted to hide it from them. Hu Chunhua stomped her feet in anger. It was all her second son's fault. The things that she had done in the past few days had made her curse her mother. Stealing money and having leftovers. Now that something like this had happened, the villagers would probably laugh their heads off, right? At this time, Zhao Baoshan came back from outside and heard the noise in the yard. He walked up and asked unhappily, "What happened? Why is there such a big scene?" Li Chuiying rushed to Zhao Baoshan and cried. Hu Chunhua wanted to stop Li Chuiying from speaking, but Zhao Baoshan glared at her. In front of Zhao Baoshan, Hu Chunhua did not dare to be too presumptuous. Li Chuiying then told Zhao Baoshan what had happened. When Zhao Baoshan heard it, his face turned livid with anger. At this time, Zhao Wenshui was working in the field instead of at home. Otherwise, Zhao Baoshan would have sent people to find Zhao Wenshui. Zhao Baoshan said to Zhao Wenshui with a sullen face, "Baoshan, go to the second branch's field and ask him to come back. Today, I have to ask him what he has done." Hu Chunhua patted her thigh anxiously. She kept complaining in her heart that her father was so silly. It was a scandal. Couldn't he just close the door and talk about it with the whole family? Because of this, the villagers had to continue to join in the fun. No matter how they dealt with it, the villagers would laugh at them. Zhao Wenshui responded, "Okay, father, I'll go to the field to find my second brother right now." "Hurry up, don't dawdle." "Okay, okay." Chapter 1360. Everyone in the yard was waiting for Zhao Wenshui to come back. Zhao Baoshan said to Li Chuiying, Baoshan's wife, "Don't worry. When Baoshan comes back, he'll get to the bottom of it. If she did anything wrong to you, whoever it is will suffer. He will definitely give you an explanation." Compared with Hu Chunhua's attitude, Zhao Baoshan thought it was much better. Zhao Yun watched them from the side. Luckily, there was still a sensible person in old Zhao's family. Otherwise, it would be a mess. Li Chuiying wiped the tears from the corners of her eyes and looked at Zhao Baoshan with gratitude. "Father, thank you so much," she said to Zhao Baoshan. "Well." Zhao Baoshan sighed. Why did this child thank him? He did what he should do. If Zhao Wenshui really did something to hurt Li Chuiying, old Zhao's family should give Li Chuiying an explanation. After waiting for a while, Zhao Wenshui ran back, panting. "Baoshan, where's Baoshan? Why didn't he come back?" Zhao Baoshan asked with a frown. Zhao Wenshui took a deep breath and replied, "Father, Baoshan isn't working in the field. I can't find him." "What?" "After looking around, I still can't find it." Zhao Wenshui continued to mutter. "Isn't second brother working in the fields? Why can't I find him? It's so strange." Zhao Baoshan was confused. When Zhao Baoshan left today, he said he went to weed in the field. Why didn't he do it now? There was only one field. If Baoshan wasn't there, it meant he really didn't go. Li Chuiying rolled her eyes and suddenly thought that Zhao Wenshui must have gone to find Qian Chuanqiu. She cried and yelled, "Father, Wenshui must have gone to find Widow Qian. Look, he's hiding it from us." Zhao Baoshan heard that and thought it was very likely. He felt even more upset. Baoshan is really good at lying. No one is better than him. I must skin him alive today. Zhao Baoshan said and stood up. He was going to find Zhao Wenshui at Qian Chuanqiu's place. If he was caught on the spot, it would be confirmed. At this time, Ma Xiaofeng suddenly walked towards old Zhao's house. Everyone's eyes fell on Ma Xiaofeng. If Xiao Wenshui had gone to Qian Chuanqiu's place, Ma Xiaofeng must have known. Ma Xiaofeng felt nervous when she saw everyone staring at her. She didn't know what had happened. Why were there so many people in old Zhao's house? Could it be that something bad had happened? Ma Xiaofeng was hesitating whether she should go over or not when someone pulled her. Xiaofeng, did Xiao Wenshui go to your house just now? Yeah, did you see Xiao Wenshui? Did you come from your home? Xiaofeng, did you come here for something? Did you come here to find out what happened? Ma Xiaofeng was very confused by their questions. What on earth were they talking about? After thinking for a while, they suddenly asked Xiao Wenshui. Did someone find out about her mother and Xiao Wenshui? Ma Xiaofeng's heart skipped a beat. She was a little flustered. If someone found out, it would be a big deal. Ma Xiaofeng quickly replied, no. No. She wasn't lying. She really didn't. But Ma Xiaofeng's words were not credible at all in the villagers' ears. Chapter 1361. Exactly. She's so young, but she already knows how to lie. She must be helping her mother. Otherwise, why would she say that? Ma Xiaofeng felt a little wronged. I didn't lie to you. It's true. I didn't see Xiao Wenshui on my way here. Seeing Ma Xiaofeng's pitiful look, she insisted that she didn't see Xiao Wenshui, but they couldn't force her to admit it. Xiaofeng, since you said you didn't see Xiao Wenshui, tell us. Have you seen him in your house before? Does he often come to your house? Ma Xiaofeng frowned and replied in a low voice, no. I haven't seen him in my house before. The villagers might believe her when she said she didn't see Xiao Wenshui the first time, but they didn't believe her when she said she didn't see Xiao Wenshui. After all, the villagers had seen Xiao Wenshui coming to Qian Chuanqiu's house several times, so Ma Xiaofeng was aware of it. However, it was normal for Ma Xiaofeng to protect Qian Chuanqiu. After all, Ma Xiaofeng was Qian Chuanqiu's daughter. She couldn't not protect her own mother and help others expose this scandal. Little Feng, just tell the truth. Anyway, it's not like the people in our village don't know about your mother and Xiao Wenshui. Exactly. You're a girl now. Why don't you persuade your mother in case she leads you astray in the future? Xiaofeng, you need to be more careful. You need to know what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Don't be like your mother in the future. Stop it. Xiaofeng has been pregnant for a long time. I've seen her and that Lu Sen pulling each other's hands. I don't know if they've done anything shameful. Ma Xiaofeng could tolerate it when they talked about Qian Chuanqiu, but now they talked about her and Lu San. Ma Xiaofeng couldn't stand it anymore. She explained to the villagers at once, I didn't. Don't accuse me. You have to be responsible for your words. TSK, 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 this girl still won't admit it. Let's not talk about your matter for the time being. How many people in the village have seen your mother's matter? Could it be fake? That mother of hers is dressed to the nines. It's obvious that she's trying to seduce men. That's right. Which decent woman in the village would dress like that? Ma Xiaofeng bit her lower lip angrily, but there was nothing she could do. She didn't know what to do. At this moment, she was surrounded and criticized. Although most of them were talking about Qian Chuanqiu, as her daughter, she was inevitably implicated. Now, there was only a feeling of being unable to lift his head. It was all her mother's fault. She knew that she couldn't hide the truth forever. Now the whole village knew about it. In the future, no matter where she went, she would inevitably be criticized by the villagers. Just as the villagers were talking about Qian Chuanqiu and Ma Xiaofeng, a man came over. It was Xiao Wenshui. Everyone stopped talking and looked at Xiao Wenshui. Zhao Wenshui carried a hoe on his shoulder. When he came back, he was even whistling a tune. He seemed to be very relaxed. Once Zhao Wenshui came back, he saw a yard full of villagers, and they were all looking at him. Zhao Wenshui frowned with confusion and asked, "What are you doing? You're all standing in my yard and staring at me. What are you doing?" Chapter 1362. Zhao Baoshan questioned Zhao Wenshui when he saw him coming back. Zhao Wenshui looked at Zhao Baoshan in shock. "Father, why did you ask me that? Of course I'm going to work in the fields. What's wrong?" Humph. Zhao Baoshan felt that Zhao Wenshui was being stubborn and was still lying. He snorted coldly and said, "You're already at this stage, and you're still lying. You said that you went to work in the fields. Then tell me, why didn't your elder brother find you when he went to the fields to look for you? Where did you go? Why don't you tell me the truth?" Zhao Wenshui was even more shocked. He had gone to work in the fields. Who knew why his elder brother had not seen him? Zhao Wenshui thought for a while. If his eldest brother didn't find him, he must have. Zhao Wenshui flushed when he saw so many people around. He was too embarrassed to say that. "Father, I really went to work. I didn't lie to you." Zhao Wenshui lowered his head and murmured. Zhao Baoshan glared at Zhao Wenshui, then slapped Zhao Wenshui. "You son of a bitch. Why don't you tell me the truth? Since you went to work, why don't you explain why your eldest brother didn't find you?" Zhao Wenshui lowered his head and murmured, "Father. What? You can't say a word now, can you?" Zhao Wenshui glanced at Zhao Baoshan, then turned to look at the surrounding villagers. Wasn't his father forcing him to confess what he had done in front of the entire village? Facing Zhao Baoshan's fierce eyes, Zhao Wenshui pursed his lips, then told the truth in the end. "Father, well, I suddenly had a stomachache, and I wanted to take a dump, so I hid in the field to take a dump. When my eldest brother went to find me, he couldn't find me. If others saw me doing it, it would be so embarrassing." Hearing Zhao Wenshui's words, Zhao Baoshan was displeased. Zhao Baoshan didn't pay attention to his words. He didn't know whether he really went to poop or just came up with this lousy excuse. He kept staring at Zhao Wenshui with suspicion. Zhao Wenshui continued to complain, "Dad, I'm telling the truth. I didn't lie to you. I just went to take care of my sh*t. If you don't believe me, I can take you to have a look right now. The poop is right on the ridge of the field. You'll know that I'm telling the truth after you see it." Hearing Zhao Wenshui's words, the onlookers felt like they smelled poop and wanted to throw up. Judging from Zhao Wenshui's expression, he didn't seem to be lying. However, the villagers still murmured, "Zhao Wenshui is so interesting." Interesting. It's disgusting. Tut tut tut. He's an adult, but he can say anything. How can he be so shameless? There are so many people here. We can't blame him for being so straightforward. In fact, I don't think it's a big deal. He's telling the truth. Since we're questioning him, he can't deny it. You're right. Zhao Baoshan saw that there were so many people here. If he allowed Zhao Wenshui to continue, Zhao Wenshui might say something else. It would be a joke again. Chapter 1363. Zhao Wenshui was struck dumb for a second. He didn't expect that his affair with Widow Qian would be exposed. Now that Zhao Wenshui questioned him in front of so many people, Zhao Wenshui panicked. What should he do now? One had to know that having an affair with another person was not allowed or recognized in the village. Once he was caught, the consequences would be very serious. Zhao Wenshui panicked for a while, then got his mind back. It was useless for him to panic. He had to insist that he couldn't admit it. Otherwise, he would be in trouble. Father. What are you talking about? I don't understand a word you just said. What's wrong with Widow Qian? There's nothing between us. After saying that, Zhao Wenshui felt a little guilty. He glanced at Xiao Baoshan. Li Chuiying, who was lying on the ground, was mad. She stood up at once and rushed to Zhao Wenshui. She wanted to slap Zhao Wenshui several times. You're so heartless. You only know how to lie. How can you say that there's nothing between us? Are we all blind? Zhao Wenshui gave Li Chuiying a glance. He was wondering why such a thing happened. Now it seemed that Li Chuiying was the one who did it. This woman needed to be taught a lesson. She betrayed her man. There were so many people here, so it wasn't appropriate for her to do it. He would teach her a lesson after these people left. Wenshui, just tell us the truth. We can't make a mistake. If you admit your mistake and apologize to your wife now, no one will blame you for it. Xiao Yun listened to them. She thought that Xiao Baoshan was really protecting Li Chuiying. Now it seemed that Xiao Baoshan was smart enough to protect Zhao Wenshui. After all, there was an 80% chance that this matter was true, and it would be confirmed. At that time, for the sake of the village's reputation, he would inevitably be punished by the village chief. What Xiao Baoshan said now was Zhao Wenshui and Qian Chuanqiu's business. It had nothing to do with other people in the village. None of the internal members of the two families made a fuss, so the other people in the village shouldn't interfere. Qian Chuanqiu was a widow, and there was no one in her in-laws' family, so no one would blame Qian Chuanqiu. However, Zhao Wenshui was different. Zhao Wenshui had a wife. In order for Zhao Wenshui not to be blamed, Li Chuiying had to agree. Otherwise, if Li Chuiying made a scene in front of Li Zheng would definitely give him an explanation. At that time, the punishment would probably be very severe. Zhao Wenshui didn't understand what Xiao Baoshan meant. Instead, he argued, Dad, I didn't do it. Xiao Baoshan looked at Zhao Wenshui with disappointment. You son of a bitch. Why don't you admit it? Dad, I didn't do it. How can I admit it? You're so stubborn. If you don't admit it, boss, give me a wooden stick. I must beat him until he tells the truth today. Zhao Wenshui hesitated for a while, then picked up a wooden stick and handed it to Xiao Baoshan. Dad, you won't really beat Wenshui, right? Zhao Wenshui asked in a low voice. After all, Zhao Wenshui was a grown-up now. It wasn't appropriate to beat him in front of so many people. If I don't beat him, he'll turn the world upside down. Xiao Baoshan picked up the wooden stick handed to him by Zhao Wenshui, and hit Zhao Wenshui's body. Ah! Zhao Wenshui cried out miserably from the beating. Father, don't hit him, don't hit him. Chapter 1364. Father, I didn't do it. How can I admit it? You're so stubborn. I'll beat you to death. Zhao Baoshan beat Zhao Wenshui mercilessly. There were bruises all over Zhao Wenshui's body. Father, please stop beating me. I admit that I did go to Widow Qian, but it has nothing to do with me. It was the former widow who seduced me. After Zhao Wenshui said that, Ma Xiaofeng couldn't stay calm anymore. How could Zhao Wenshui be so shameless? How could he frame her mother? How could her mother face other people in the future in front of so many people? Ma Xiaofeng ran to Zhao Wenshui in anger and scolded Zhao Wenshui. You're lying. It was you who went to my mother. How could my mother seduce you? You're so shameless. It would have been better if Ma Xiaofeng had not mentioned it. Now that she had mentioned it, this matter was confirmed. Li Chuiying sat on the ground and cried loudly. Father, did you hear that? Tianyu's father really hooked up with Widow Qian. Why is my life so miserable? Zhao Baoshan was displeased. He glared at Zhao Wenshui, and didn't know what to say to Zhao Wenshui. Baoshan, stop yelling. Since he admitted it, he should apologize to you. No matter what, he'll give you an explanation. Zhao Baoshan said, then kicked Zhao Wenshui. Apologize to your wife right now. Although Zhao Wenshui was displeased, he had to apologize to Li Chuiying in front of Zhao Baoshan. Tianyu's mother, it's all my fault. I couldn't resist the temptation and hooked up with someone else. Please forgive me. Li Chuiying wiped the tears from the corner of her eyes. She didn't hate Zhao Wenshui that much anymore. She knew that it was normal for men to like to cheat. If she wanted to blame someone, she should blame Qian Chuanxiu. If Zhao Wenshui hadn't said that Qian Chuanxiu had seduced Zhao Wenshui wouldn't have hooked up with Qian Chuanxiu. Therefore, Li Chuiying could forgive Zhao Wenshui, but Qian Chuanxiu had to teach him a lesson. Otherwise, she would feel uncomfortable. Father, since Widow Qian hooked up with Tianyu's father, I won't blame Tianyu's father, but Widow Qian Chuanxiu. The surrounding villagers agreed, that's right. That Widow Qian is so shameless. Don't you dress up all day just to seduce people? We can't just let Widow Qian go. We have to call the village chief over to deal with it. Mrs. Qian, why don't you call the village chief over? I'm sure he'll handle it well. I'll go to the village chief. Almost everyone in the village sided with Li Chuiying. After all, Li Chuiying was indeed the victim. In addition, the women in the village were jealous of Qian Chuanxiu's beautiful clothes, so they sided with Li Chuiying. Ma Xiaofeng glared at Zhao Wenshui in anger. What a coward! He had the guts to do it, but didn't have the guts to admit it. Now he blamed everything on her mother. Was he still a man? She had never seen such a man before. No, she couldn't let Zhao Wenshui act alone. Otherwise, the villagers would believe whatever Zhao Wenshui said. She had to call her mother over for a confrontation. Chapter 1365. After a while, Li Jing walked over, and Qian Chuanxiu rushed over with a knife in her hand. Widow Qian is holding a knife. Is she going to kill someone? Who knows? I think she's going to kill someone. Tisk tisk. This woman must be crazy. That's right. She's a crazy woman. She thinks she'll be fine just because she's holding a knife. She should know who she is. Qian Chuanxiu ran to Zhao Wenshui and scolded Zhao Wenshui. Zhao Wenshui, you're so heartless. How dare you slander my reputation? I'll teach you a lesson. Seeing Widow Qian's knife, Zhao Wenshui's face turned pale in fear. He immediately hid behind Zhao Baoshan, in case Qian Chuanxiu would really cut him with the knife. Father. Widow Qian is going to kill someone. Help me protect her. Zhao Wenshui trembled and pulled Zhao Baoshan's sleeve. Zhao Baoshan rolled his eyes at Zhao Wenshui. How did he give birth to such a useless and cowardly son? Widow Qian, don't hold a knife. Let's talk nicely. Zhao Baoshan said to Qian Chuanxiu. Li Jing walked in front of Qian Chuanxiu and said in a low voice, if you have something to say it peacefully. What do you mean by holding a knife in your hand? What if you hurt someone? Qian Chuanxiu took a few deep breaths to calm herself down. She snorted coldly and said, talk nicely. Okay, then I'll talk nicely. Zhao Wenshui is shameless. He insisted on coming to my house. How can it be that I seduced him? Li Chuiying stood up from the ground and questioned Qian Chuanxiu with his hands on his waist. Stop quibbling. If you hadn't seduced my man, he would have come to find you. Bitch, why don't you admit that you seduced him? I seduced your man. Are you kidding me? There are so many men in the village. Of all the men I could seduce, why did I have to seduce yours? If it weren't for your man pestering me, would I be with him? Qian Chuanxiu's words implied that a man like Zhao Wenshui could only be treasured by Li Chuiying. Li Chuiying's expression immediately turned ugly. This be *tch, she's really taking advantage of me for granted. She's too much. Her man could have taken a fancy to anyone else, but he just had to take a fancy to this bitch, Qian Chuanxiu. After saying that, Qian Chuanxiu pointed the knife at Zhao Wenshui. Zhao Wenshui, you heartless man. Tell me yourself, did you come to find me? Now that you're talking about me, where's your face? Zhao Wenshui pursed his lips. He didn't expect Qian Chuanxiu to suddenly come over. Seeing Zhao Wenshui's guilty look, everyone had a rough idea of what was going on. Li Jing cleared his throat and said loudly, I don't care who seduced who. What the two of you did was immoral. Now, apologize to Madame Li. No one in the village dared to disobey Li Zhang's words. They had to stay in the village in the future. If they offended Li Zhang, there would be a lot of trouble in the future. Qian Chuanxiu was very reluctant, but when she saw Li Zhang's serious expression, she didn't dare to say anything. She could only bow her head and apologize to Li Chuiying with Zhao Wenshui. Li Chuiying didn't accept it and said to Li Zhang, Lord Li Zhang, isn't it inappropriate to just apologize? Chapter 1366. Li Zhang, I just want to say one sentence. It's really unfair to Zhao family's sister-in-law. Who doesn't know how to say it? She didn't get any punishment after all. It was something that hurt the customs of the people. Li Zhang, your punishment is indeed too light. Mr. Chen's wife had an affair with another man. Her legs were broken and she was sent back to her mother's home. It's really inappropriate to punish Zhao Wenshui and widow Qian like this. Hearing the villagers' discussion, Li Zhang was also in a dilemma. He was very clear in his heart that this was indeed a little too lenient. As a Li Zhang, he had to do what he needed to do to convince the villagers. Otherwise, it would be difficult for him if the villagers caused a lot of trouble. After thinking for a while, Li Zhang said in a deep voice, since that's the case, punishment is unavoidable. How about 30 strokes each as a punishment? Mrs. Li, do you have any objections? 30 strokes. If they were hit hard, their butts would probably bleed. It was not a light punishment. However, Li Chuiying couldn't wait to chop Qian Chuanxiu to death, but he knew that it was just a thought. Mrs. Li, what's wrong? Are you not satisfied with the punishment? Li Zhang asked in a serious tone. Li Chuiying pursed her lips and could only reply, Li Zhang, of course it's up to you. If you say so, then so be it. Great, each of them will receive 30 strokes as a warning. If they have any dealings with each other in the future, punish them heavily. I won't go easy on them. Li Zhang said to Zhao Wenshui and Qian Chuanxiu very seriously. Hearing that, Zhao Wenshui and Qian Chuanxiu were so scared that their legs turned to jelly. How could a person withstand 30 strokes? He reckoned that half of his life would be gone from being tossed around. Qian Chuanxiu glared at Zhao Wenshui with hatred. It's all your fault. If anything happens to me later, I won't let you off. Zhao Wenshui pulled a long face. He couldn't even protect himself now. He was so scared that he didn't have the mood to care about Qian Chuanxiu. Since Li Zhang was present, someone immediately carried out the punishment. The two of them were pulled onto a bench and sprawled on it. The wooden sticks were taken from Li Zhang's house. It wasn't the first time that the villagers had been punished like this. The villagers in the yard were all watching the scene. As the wooden stick slammed down, screams of agony could be heard. After 30 strokes, the two of them were still lying on the bench, they couldn't move. Everyone was shocked, but at the same time, they felt sorry for them. As for those who had an affair, they should be punished like this. Otherwise, it wouldn't be enough to vent their anger. When Li Zhang saw that the last stick had been struck, he said to the surrounding villagers, "All right, everyone, go back. Don't stay at old Zhao's house to join in the fun." Those who deserved to be punished had been punished. Nothing would happen in the future. At the same time, everyone has to set an example today. The atmosphere in the village cannot be corrupted. You have to do well and don't let others see you as a joke. After watching the show and hearing Li Zhang's words, the villagers left in 2s and 3s. Old Zhao's yard immediately regained its peace. Chapter 1367. After all, he was her son. Although Hu Chunhua didn't usually dote on Zhao Wenshui, she couldn't bear to see Zhao Wenshui suffer now. As a mother, she couldn't bear to see her child suffer. She would feel sorry for him. Zhao Wenshui lay on the stool, looking a little weak. Seeing Hu Chunhua calling her, he replied weakly, "Mom." Hu Chunhua sighed deeply, "Wenshui, are you all right? Don't scare me. Mom. It hurts. It hurts." Zhao Wenshui pouted and tears ran down from his eyes. Hu Chunhua felt even more sorry for him. It would be strange if it didn't hurt. A big wooden stick hit his butt, and it felt like a flower had bloomed. How could it not hurt? It was all because of their second daughter-in-law. Otherwise, their second son wouldn't have suffered so much. It's all because you married a good daughter-in-law. She wants her man to live a good life. But she only wants her man to suffer. Hu Chunhua complained. She obviously said it to Li Chuiying. Li Chuiying felt wronged. She wanted to punish Qian Chuanxiu, but she didn't expect that her man would be implicated. Li Zhang had his own considerations. After all, it wasn't one person's fault, so both of them would be punished at the same time. Zhao Baoshan sighed and said to Hu Chunhua, "Why are you so unreasonable? How can you blame our second daughter-in-law for this? He only has himself to blame. He doesn't think about doing serious things every day. He only knows how to make trouble for us. This time, he's lucky that he's still alive. Let's see how he'll torture himself to death next time." Hearing Zhao Baoshan's words, Zhao Wenshui felt a little disappointed. He was already in such a state, but his father still dared to say such words. It was too much. Zhao Baoshan continued to say angrily, "You're a big man, but you don't know shame at all. How dare you cry? It's not like he's dead. Fortunately, he's gone now. Otherwise, if the villagers saw him, they would probably laugh at our old Zhao family again." Zhao Wenshui endured the pain. His forehead was covered in cold sweat, but he couldn't say anything. After all, Zhao Baoshan was his father. Naturally, he had to listen to his father. Hu Chunhua angrily replied to Zhao Baoshan, "You old man, do you have any conscience? Wenshui is your son, how can you be so heartless? Really? It's precisely because he's my son that I have to discipline him properly. Otherwise, he'll turn the sky upside down. I can't be bothered to reason with an old man like you. You're being unreasonable. I can't be bothered to talk to you either. Our son and daughter are spoiled by you." Seeing that Zhao Baoshan and Hu Chunhua were arguing, Zhao Wentao stepped forward and said, "Father, mother, stop arguing. Second brother's injuries are serious. Let's hurry up and get him into the house. Let the doctor come over and take a look at him." He'll prescribe some medicine and apply it on his butt. He should recover faster. After Zhao Wentao finished speaking, Zhao Baoshan and Hu Chunhua stopped arguing. Hu Chunhua quickly nodded and responded, yes, yes, yes. Hurry up and get second brother into the house. Eldest brother, go and call Dr. Sun over to take a look at your second brother's butt. You're tuning into the LoveLore Library YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.